from a steel plant where they've been the last line of defense for the heavily bombarded city of Mariupol. Fighters turning themselves over to Russians, some of them injured and heading to hospitals. It's not clear yet how many may remain. America is listening to Fox News.
Hello, this is Joe Cordell. Cordell & Cordell is a firm that practices family law exclusively. We focus on only one area of the law to maximize our strength and effectiveness as advocates for clients that have everything on the line: their homes, retirement, savings, and most importantly, their children. We're the partner our clients is a call.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements. 600 Kelwood Parkway, Suite 310, Town and Country, Missouri, 63017. CordellCordell.com.
Every 3 seconds, there's a new victim of identity theft. A criminal could be applying for loans in your name or even selling your personal info on the dark web. Protecting your identity can be easy with LifeLock by Norton. LifeLock monitors your info and alerts you to potential identity threats. No one can prevent all identity theft or monitor all transactions at all businesses, but with LifeLock, it's easy to help protect yourself. Save up to 25% off your first year at LifeLock.com with promo code NEWS.
Air Comfort Service Heating and Cooling Weather with Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
Partly sunny skies with us on this Tuesday afternoon, but expect some increase in clouds as we go through the afternoon hours. Maybe a shower late. Think a dry day. 82 for the high. Tonight, scattered showers and thunderstorms. A couple of the storms could be strong, even severe, late tonight. 62. Wednesday, scattered showers and thunderstorms in the morning, then partly sunny Wednesday afternoon at 85. This is 97.1 FM Talk. Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
Hey, you're not the only one who's up early. Before the Mark Cox Morning Show, 97.1 has you covered with the news of the day from Gordon Deal.
This is Gordon Deal, host of This Morning, America's First News, right here on 97.1 from 4 to 5 a.m.
Listen to Gordon Deal from 4 to 5. Then the Mark Cox Morning Show, every morning from 5 to 9.
Here to get you set for what's happening right here, right now.
Right here, right now. 97.1 FM Talk.
Hey, this is Wiggins. You know, a lot of times when I talk about the sleep apnea retainer that I wear at night, I talk about it in terms of if you're having trouble sleeping, you should try this. But a lot of times you don't even know that you're struggling to sleep because you've been doing it for so long that you think that that's normal. Now, you will know the symptoms, that being snoring or just general tiredness, malaise during the day, inability to concentrate, those kind of things. If they've been creeping up on you, not suddenly, but just that as you get older, you're realizing, man, these things are becoming more of a problem. That may be because of sleep apnea, and that may be that you need this retainer that I wear every night. It helps so much with sleep. Dr. Ty Parker, Fountains Family Dentistry, they will fit it to your teeth. So it's basically like wearing nothing. You don't notice that you're wearing it while you sleep, but you do notice when you wake up in the morning that you feel like you got a full night's sleep. And man, what a difference that makes. Fountains Family Dentistry is in Fairview Heights, Illinois. Visit fountainsfamilydentistry.com.
Politician Darren Bailey calls himself a conservative, swears he's a believer, but look closely at his record. Bailey's a deceiver, the textbook definition of a dishonest politician hiding his record. For instance, Bailey was caught on tape admitting he voted for Joe Biden. In his own words, listen.
Yeah, I might have voted for Biden.
Biden for president?
Yeah, I might have voted for Biden.
What kind of conservative votes for Joe Biden? The fake kind. Darren, the deceiver. But Bailey's a believer when it comes to one thing, property tax hikes. Voted 13 times to raise property taxes, increasing 81%, even higher than Chicago. Jesse Sullivan's no better. Claims to be conservative, yet Sullivan backed Obama for president. His campaign's propped up by Pritzker Democrats, just like Bailey's. Sullivan even founded a group pushing open borders and amnesty for illegals. Sullivan and Bailey, not true conservatives, no matter what they say. Paid for by Urban for Illinois.
This station is now conducting a test of the emergency alert system.
Would you like a cleaning product that can be used in the garage, the laundry, and the kitchen, and save space in your cabinet? Hi, I'm Bruce Fabrizio, inventor of Simple Green. To learn more, visit us at simplegreen.com.
Join Mosby Building Arts every Saturday from 12 to 1 p.m. on 97.1 FM. Rich Orse and guests give insider tips about renovations, design, construction, exteriors, and more. Tune in to Right at Home with Rich on Saturdays or catch the podcast online.
Odyssey is an all-encompassing audio landing zone where you can find podcasts in any genre and listen live to 97.1. Not to mention that you can rewind within the last 24 hours. 97.1 FM Talk on the go. This hour of the Annie Frey Show is sponsored by The Loading Dock. River views, outdoor dining, live music, and overnight accommodations. The Loading Dock on the river in Grafton, Illinois.
That is exactly what I needed to hear.
Thank God someone here knows what they're talking about.
That's us. That's right. Gotta love this American ride.
Right, you need to take the time and get the full picture.
Come on, turn the radio on. It's Saturday and I won't be long.
Don't get me wrong, I love the ladies. I mean, they rev my engine, but they don't belong in the newsroom. It is Anchor Man, not Anchor Lady.
What do you want from me? I'm not a married sweetheart.
Goodness sake, kid. Keep your voice down. Your father's listening to the radio.
I'm not married sweetheart.
This is the Annie Frey Show.
Welcome to the Annie Frey Show. It's what's today? Is it Tuesday? Tuesday already. It's Tuesday, or do you feel like Tuesday is over? Do you feel like you're into the week now and it's like grind time? Or what is a Tuesday to you, Brad?
Tuesday is the day that I actually feel like I'm into the week. Like yesterday, I was telling Trisha this yesterday. I said, I feel like on Mondays, I should feel refreshed and ready to come back from the weekend. And on Mondays, I'm actually more tired than I was the day before. But then on Tuesdays, now I feel like my week's
You're in the
ready to
flow.
begin. Yeah.
Like when you get back from a vacation and you're like, I need a vacation because I was on vacation.
Right.
That's not how it works.
No.
Or Tuesday can feel like, wow, I'm into this week, but there's still so much of it left.
It's only Tuesday.
So I am, just to give people a heads up, and I know, stop freaking out about it. I'm going to take Thursday and Friday off, and it's a mom thing. My kids, my kindergartner graduates tomorrow night.
Hooray.
And kindergarten graduation. Did you ever graduate from anything other than high school?
Yeah, kindergarten and college.
And college. Yeah, I didn't mean like that. Did you do an 8th grade graduation? I guess junior high. If you go to a public junior high.
No, because I went to a Catholic kindergarten, and then I switched from Catholic school to public school in the middle of my 7th grade year. So the 8th graders at the Catholic school would have had it, but I didn't end up having it because I ended up going to a public school. So I didn't do it.
In Lutheran schools, kindergarten graduation is a thing. It is with Catholic schools as well. I think that maybe public schools do it as well.
Maybe.
I think. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe it depends on the public school. But the 6-year-old Evelyn is going to graduate from kindergarten on Wednesday night. And unbeknownst to my husband and I, not because nobody told us, but because we're juggling a lot of information on any given day. She doesn't have school Thursday or Friday.
Oh.
The big kids do. They get out at noon on Friday. My husband's last day as a teacher, his day ends at 12:30 on Friday. So we like to be there to help them clean out their desks and lockers and make sure they don't leave anything behind and all that. So I am going to be mom on Thursday because my 6-year-old's not old enough to watch herself yet. Although if you asked her, she would be fine with it.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes. And so Thursday and Friday, I'm going to be home with my kids as we wrap up the school year. It is blowing my mind that we are past the middle of May. I'm telling you this right now, and you guys are going to remember this and go, gosh, Annie just said that, but it's going to be Christmas soon.
It really is. And I don't know that I like it.
Doesn't it feel like it was just January?
Yes.
We're nearing the point where it's closer to Christmas, the next Christmas, than it was the last Christmas.
Yeah. When is that point?
June 26th?
Really? Oh, man.
No, it would be like July, I guess, because you get the first 6 months. And June being the 6 months, you'd have to complete 6 months.
Okay.
So I guess July 26th would be it.
Yeah, let's not rush this.
That's not far away. And I say this while we're counting the days, 175 days till the midterm elections. We're close.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to go very rapidly. The Illinois primary takes place June 28th. So we're just about five weeks or so, a little over 5 weeks, 6 weeks away from the Illinois primary, where we know who we are sending into the ring with J.B. Pritzker to try to take back the state of Illinois. It is the pinnacle race on my radar, is that Illinois governor race. And the last time J.B. Pritzker ran for election, I had set one foot into the studio and looked up at the screen, and Illinois, J.B. Pritzker has won Illinois. And I'm like, I'm going home. I'm done. This sucks. Let's not do that this year. Let's have some common sense in the state of Illinois. But you do have to weigh in on June 28th for that Illinois primary. And if you have questions about who you would like to support in that governor primary of the Republican candidates, 5 of the 6 of them were at the Hofbrauhaus in Belleville on Saturday for a forum I moderated that was put on by the St. Clair County Republicans. And you can watch the whole 2 hours on the Annie Frey YouTube channel. I think it's great stuff. They put together a great event.
That was, I didn't know what to expect going in there, but that was an amazing event. 10 of 10, would recommend. If you guys get a chance, take some time out of your schedule, especially if you live in Illinois. Take some time out of your schedule and watch this on the Facebook.
So you can make a good decision.
Yes. You will get a pretty good idea of where everybody is. And I was just thinking about this is one of the things that stand out to me because we had that ad that played a little bit earlier. Everybody's calling everybody else a liberal. And I'm thinking about this, like how ridiculous on its face that sounds. And I think that's because our candidates are all so very good that there's not a whole lot of real substantive things that you can attack them on.
Yeah, I liked all of them. They'd all be infinitely better than J.B. Pritzker. And I look forward to fighting tooth and nail to make sure that we support that candidate who wins the Republican primary in the state of Illinois. Now, let's shift over to the state of Missouri. On August 2nd, that Senate seat that is being vacated by a retiring Roy Blunt, August 2nd, I believe, is the primary in the state of Missouri. Man, that's a big one, too. And, I have to think, I don't know if in the state of Illinois, if everybody who's running for governor is still going to be in at June 28th that's running now, maybe.
Yeah.
If they've gone this far. August 2nd, is everybody who's running right now for that Senate seat going to be in there? Maybe. But we've talked to, let's see, what Senate candidates in Missouri we've had on the show. We've had Eric Schmidt.
We've had Schmidt. We've
Vicky
had
Hartzler. We've had McCloskey. Is that it?
I think so. I can't I don't think that we've had any of the other ones on.
So specifically in that race on our show, I mean, boy, if you want to know what's going on in the Missouri Senate primary, you're listening to the right station. Mark Cox in the morning and Mark Reardon in the afternoon. Your 2 drive time shows are covering this, and they are on it, and they are connected, and they are doing a fantastic job of it. And we're not covering it, but I have had a bit of an attitude on this show specific to the Missouri primary, where if these candidates want to be on and they ask us, we schedule them. I'm not pushing anybody in front of anyone. I've done the same thing with the Illinois governor candidates. When people want to come on the show, they contact us and we put them on. After we've gone through the majority of them, there are instances at the Madison County Lincoln Day dinner where we talked to there are 4 of them at that event, I believe. And we have conversations and they're like, yeah, we'd love to come on. If they want to come on the show, we put them on the show. And I'm not in the business of endorsing candidates for these races. You've got enough people who are barking at your front door trying to get you to do what they want you to do. I'm more of the mind of, if people find you valuable, they'll come to the show, and many of them have, and say, we want to talk to you. And when they want to talk to me, what they really want is to talk to you. You are the valuable person in that relationship, and we want to bring them to you. I've had people in the past week reach out to the show and be like, Annie, I can't believe that you won't have such and such person on. And I'm always like, they have never asked to come on my show. And I have other people who are knocking down our door to get on our show. So if you're frustrated that somebody hasn't been on the show, tell them to come on our show.
Yes.
Especially if they're on the left.
Yes.
We asked J.B. Pritzker to come on our show. He won't do it.
Corey Bush
won't do it. And I got to tell you, like, not because I'm a softie, but I'm probably the nicest person. I'm going to be the nicest person to you.
You're going to get the most fair interview from Annie.
Yeah. I mean, well, thank you for saying that. I don't want to say that other people are going to be unfair, but I am a huge believer in letting people's words speak for themselves. And if you want to answer a question with a non-answer, that is an answer.
Right.
So what are you afraid of? I'm not going to try to have somebody to come on here to destroy them. Like, I'm not going to have Cori Bush come on this show so that I can feed her to the wolves of my audience and they're all going to not like her. They're not huge fans to begin with.
Yeah, this is true.
And if she's got a reason why she supports one thing over the other, or defunding the police or some sort of squad-esque woke agenda, she should be willing to stand by it and speak to it and defend it. Why would she not want to do, like, even maybe if she comes on here and has that conversation, maybe some people hear what she has to say and at least understand her. Maybe not. But it's up to her to speak to the people and explain why she's choosing to do her job the way she is, because she answers to you folks, not to me. She answers to you, and I get to be somebody who is a catalyst to having those questions answered, except for they won't come on the show.
It's frustrating sometimes.
It is. It's also kind of funny. So if you have candidates that you definitely want to hear on the show, I think it'd be great if you want to tag them on Twitter and say, come on the @AnnieFrey show. And I'm not opposed to it. I haven't gotten into the super hyper local elections, because if I had every single council member on who wanted to come on the show to boost their notoriety, we would not have a show. But there are a lot of interesting races out there. We're not really endorsing anybody, but we are having the conversation. So much is going on right now in the news today, and it's kind of all over the place. Specifically, we're talking about not UFOs,
what did she call it? Unidentified aerial phenomenon, UAPs.
I was thinking F, but phenomenon starts with a P.
Yeah, UAPs.
Naturally, UAPs. So that's taking place on Capitol Hill today. And I know that probably is the most interesting thing in the world to many of you. It doesn't really interest me at all. And I think I'm in the minority of it. Ryan Wiggins is going to talk about it in Wiggins America today. He says he has personal experience. I feel like that explains so much.
I am so excited about that.
At 12:45, folks. But the poll on the Annie Frey YouTube channel today: do you believe life exists outside of planet Earth? Yes or no? I almost made the question: do you want life to exist outside? Because I feel like those are you're shaking your head. No,
those are very different questions.
Do you believe life exists outside of planet Earth? What do you think?
My answer to that poll was no.
Same.
I don't think it's out there.
I don't either. It's a biblical view of it for me.
It's that, and then logically speaking, if they are out there, they're avoiding us.
Just pass that one up on the left. That's not even worth our time. Or if life exists outside of planet Earth and it's established here, who are the aliens? They're amongst us.
That's true.
People are going to start naming personal people in their life, Bob 2 cubicles down, totally an alien.
Definitely. That guy that sits at the end of the studio here?
Yeah.
Does Wiggins America?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Totally an alien. Not even a good disguise.
What if I told you my question is no, but there will be?
Because we expand?
We're going to colonize other planets.
Come, Lord Jesus.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say.
Given the time.
Come, Lord Jesus. You know what else is taking place? That Michael Sussmann trial has commenced today, and I am way more interested in that than I am UAPs, otherwise known as forever UFOs, on Capitol Hill. And our go-to guy the entire time, who's been right, I'm just going to say it 100% of the time. Prove me wrong. On the Russia probe, on collusion, on the whole narrative, Hans von Spakovsky has been with us year over year over year as we've watched this all unfold, and he has been spot on in his assessment. And we're going to talk to him next. Just what is the 101 of what's happening? The Durham probe continues to press on. I think it was yesterday in the middle of Wiggins America, or I don't remember what we were doing. It was something where I couldn't totally derail and interrupt. And behind Ryan Wiggins in the studio, we have a TV. It's got Fox News on that we watch just in case there's breaking news and we get alerted to it. But there is video of John Durham getting out of his SUV and walking. I'm like, we're going to have a new picture of John Durham. Instead of that one picture where he's staring into your soul with his mustache and his glasses, You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
There's a
That's
picture.
the picture.
Yeah. There's one picture of John Durham. And, looking at him that day, I thought, if they take another photo of him, I think he looks exactly like he did in that first picture. So it's probably going to be indistinguishable from the old one. So anyway, go vote in the Annie Frey YouTube live chat poll. Do you believe life exists outside of planet Earth? Is there life out there? Yes or no? Would love to hear what your thoughts are. So go give us a vote in the live chat section of the Annie Frey YouTube live that we have going right now with this show. And if you'd like to comment why you think one way or the other, would love to hear that as well. Hannah is watching and waiting for your comments on the live chat. Go give her a hi and a hello there as well. And if you're streaming us right now, if you're in your car going to lunch and you're listening to 97.1 FM Talk on your radio, pop up that Odyssey app when you get back to the office and stream 97.1 FM Talk throughout the course of the day. You can even rewind it if you need to, take a break and go back and pick up what you missed, all on the Odyssey app. We're back with Hans von Spakovsky in just a minute. Don't go away.
One thing we got. You're listening to The Annie Frey Show. Find the podcast, on-demand audio, and more at 971talk.com/Annie.
The only one who knew me.
97.1 is St. Louis's radio destination for information with perspective. It's where St. Louis and beyond comes to talk. Right here, right now. This is 97.1 FM Talk.
One of the great things about Air Comfort Service, working with Air Comfort Service, is the way they set you up to save. If you've got to replace that HVAC system, the air conditioning is going out. I have had to do that myself a couple years ago because the air conditioner just was not pumping cool air. It had lived its life and it was time to replace it. And I braced myself for impact when we had to put a new system in, but I'm so glad that we chose to go with Air Comfort Service. A few ways that they help you save when you need to make this purchase in your house so you can stay in your comfort zone. One of it is connecting you with Carrier Cool Cash rebates. You need to make sure that you're saving every penny that you can, and there's an instant savings of $50 up to $2,150 on qualifying Carrier equipment. You can get these Cool Cash rebates, but only until May 28th. So reach out today to Air Comfort Service and get the conversation started. You can also talk to them about 0% financing options, another great way to make sure that you can get in your comfort zone at an affordable rate. Air Comfort Service, 314-513-0091, 314-513-0091, online at aircomfortservice.com.
This is a great time of the year to upgrade the energy efficiency in your home with my friends at Window World. Mark Cox here to tell you more about my experience with Window World. They replaced a couple of windows at my house. They were just panes of glass. We wanted to be able to get some airflow into the master bathroom. They came out, they gave us a free estimate, and then had the windows at seams installed in no time. Very professional, lifetime warranty I get, and you get an extra double strength glass on their replacement windows that's not common. So you're getting a great price, simply the best for less. They do front entry doors, rear entry doors if you're looking to replace that back door or sliding glass door in your home. They've got a great selection at Window World. They're also right now offering 18 months, same as cash financing, of course, with approved credit. The preferred window of the St. Louis Blues. 314-993-1800, windowworld.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Mark Cox here. Join me, Annie Frey, and Mark Reardon, along with Thomas Helbig of the Retirement Advisory Group for the next Protecting Your Retirement educational event, Tuesday, May 24th at the Frontenac Hilton at 6:30. There's limited seating, so go online at retirementkey.com. Here's Thomas with more.
Are you nearing retirement or already retired and concerned how all the market volatility is hurting your retirement accounts? Did you know there are financial tools that allow you to participate in the market growth and still protect you from any losses? Did you also know if you're 59 and a half or older, you can now roll over your 401k tax-free to protect your nest egg from market losses and still generate more income than most investment options? You'll get all the answers and more. If you're 59 and a half or older, you don't want to miss this event.
Protect your retirement nest egg and join the official financial advisor of my show, Thomas Helbig, Tuesday, May 24th at the Frontenac Hilton at 6:30. Call 314-993-9494 or online at retirementkey.com. That's retirementkey.com.
For details and a list of all station contest rules, visit www.971talk.com/rules.
I think it's so cute, and I think it's so sweet how you let your friends encourage you to try and talk to me. But let me stop you there, oh, before you speak. I to the I to the no, no, no. My name is no. My sign is no. My number is
This
no.
is the Annie Frey Show.
You need to let
New
it go.
information about the role of the Clinton campaign in creating these collusion allegations, of spreading them, of hiding their funding. Recently, the Clinton campaign was fined by the FEC for hiding the funding of the Steele dossier and calling it legal costs through this firm, Perkins Coie. All of that is relatively new. And the question is why the Mueller campaign, why the Mueller prosecutors failed to uncover any of this.
That is a good question, and that's Jonathan Turley talking about the Durham probe. And of course, that court case has begun today. Opening arguments are being presented by the government and Michael Sussmann's defense team today in federal court. This is a Fox News report on this, and it's the first full day of this trial. John Durham has a years-long investigation going into the origins of the Trump-Russia probe. So this is in court today. And to give us just a 101 blanket understanding of what does this day in court mean? Michael Sussmann is there. John Durham is there. What are we looking at as we are uncovering and peeling back the layers of the origin of the Trump-Russia probe? Well, our number one guest when we're talking about this, of course, is the Heritage Foundation's Hans von Spakovsky. He's with us now, senior legal fellow at the Heritage Foundation and a former DOJ lawyer. Hans, welcome back to the show. Always great to have you on here and love your analysis on this topic.
Well, thanks. It's too bad I'm not in the studio with you like I was just recently.
You're always welcome. If you're ever in town, you know you're always welcome here. Can you just kind of give us the 101 of what this day in court means in this greater probe led by John Durham?
Well, first of all, people should understand that today is when the opening arguments were made and they started examining witnesses. Yesterday, they actually went through selection of a jury. The judge is a guy named Christopher Cooper, who was appointed by Barack Obama. Kind of an interesting fact about him, which hopefully won't bias his rulings. He's married to a lawyer who used to work for Eric Holder and who defended Lisa Page, the former FBI agent who, as you know, was fired over the scandal. But anyway, they picked 16 jurors. 4 of them will obviously not be in the final room when they're making a decision, but they haven't told them which of them will be the actual 12 to make the decision. So all 16 have to listen to it, and the voir dire, as they call it, the questioning revealed that at least 3 of the jurors, one's a Democratic donor, one's an anti-Trumper, and another one who favors Democrats, all of whom, of course, promised they would be impartial. Anyway, so they got the jury. they launched their opening statements today. What I found kind of interesting was that one of the prosecutors, Retained Shaw, basically said that they are going to prove that what Sussman and others were doing was hoping to create an October surprise by using and manipulating the FBI. So they wanted an October surprise that would ensure that Hillary Clinton won the election. And Shaw also said that what occurred in this case, the way she put it, was a look, a leap, a lie. And what she meant was the look was talking to Christopher Steele to see what he had created. The leap was when they reached out to friendly media outlets to try to publish the Steele dossier allegation. And when that didn't happen, the lie was when Sussman went to the FBI.
We're speaking with Hans von Spakovsky, the senior legal fellow at the Heritage Foundation, about the first day in court and the trial of Michael Sussman, who is on trial for making false statements to the FBI. Is this a step in a larger probe for John Durham? Is this the finality of it? How does this fit in?
No, it's not the finality of it, because one of the things that has been very useful about the Sussman case, and remember, look, the only thing Sussman is being charged and prosecuted for is lying to the FBI. And what was the lie? The lie is that when he went there and fed them this false story about Russian collusion, that he said to them, oh, I'm just doing this because I'm a good citizen. I'm not representing a client and presenting this information. So he's not being prosecuted for presenting false information to the FBI. By the way, they put on a computer expert from the FBI, and he testified it took him less than a day. This is a guy named Scott Hellman. He's a special supervisor agent. It took him less than a day to figure out that what the FBI was given on these 2 flash drives was not real.
That's unbelievable. I mean, and
isn't it?
To think, Hans, to think about the timeline that we're discussing here, where the suggestion was that they were fabricating an October surprise. We're talking October of 2016. We're not talking about the 2020 election here. We're talking about the 2016 election. We're talking Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, and the connections of Michael Sussman to the Hillary campaign, I think, are what is absolute key here. Explain to me where Michael Sussman fits into, how does he get to be connected to some manufacturing of an October surprise, and how is he connected to Hillary Clinton specifically?
He was a partner in the law firm of Perkins Coie. Perkins Coie is the Democratic lawyer powerhouse for the Democratic Party. The main partner there was a guy named Mark Elias. So this was Mark Sussman's colleague at Perkins Coie. Perkins Coie, whereas Republicans use many different law firms, almost every Democratic candidate, the DNC, all of the congressional Democratic committees, they all use Perkins Coie. And in 2016, when Michael Sussman was meeting with the FBI and basically lying to them, Perkins Coie was, and Mark Elias was, the general counsel for the Hillary Clinton campaign. So it's all one big circle. And by the way, because I didn't finish answering an earlier question of yours, look, the biggest thing about the Sussman prosecution is everything else it's revealing. All these emails that Durham has been able to get to force out of the other side, all of these emails and documents and other communications show that high ups in the Hillary campaign, including their campaign manager, were deeply involved in all of this. They were deeply involved in trying to interest the news media in all of this. And as you heard from that quote from Jonathan Turley, in fact, the campaign lied also this time to the Federal Election Commission when it filed its expenditure reports, because it claimed that the $1 million that both the Hillary campaign and the DNC paid to Perkins Coie, which Perkins Coie basically laundered. They just turned around and gave that money to Fusion GPS. They said, oh, this was for legal services. Well, Fusion GPS wasn't providing legal services, so this was an attempt to cover up the opposition research being done.
We're speaking with Hans von Spakovsky, Senior Legal Fellow at the Heritage Foundation. Is there any evidence that is in the public knowledge, in the public space, that points to Hillary Clinton knowing that this was going on in her campaign? Does she have any plausible deniability still intact?
So far, there haven't been any written communications, no texts, no emails directly from her. But like I said, it's all the high ups in her campaign. And given the fact that no, there's nothing directly, but come on, Andy, you and I both know. What is the one thing about her? She's been a micromanager for her entire career. And I have a very difficult time believing that she did not know what her campaign manager and her other folks were doing with the Steele dossier and everything else. In fact, look, can you imagine that the folks in the campaign wouldn't want to tell her about, oh my God, we have this great scandal. Look at this information we've put together on your opponent. You really think they would keep that from her?
No, I can't imagine a scenario where she wasn't not just knowing about it, but also working with it and running with it. Because like you said, she's a very hands-on individual. But if the evidence isn't there that that's the case, I'm just waiting for when it is. If this is taking place in the summer of 2016, leading up to the election in November of 2016 between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, how much from the moment Donald Trump is declared the winner of the 2016 presidential election to this very point in time, how much does this particular manufacturing of a story along with the Steele dossier affect the Trump candidacy, the Trump presidency, and his ability to actually lead the country once he was elected?
It totally hampered his role as president and the ability to administer the federal government. Totally hampered it. I mean, keep in mind, there was a special counsel investigation organized that spent tens of millions of dollars that came in and was deposing and taking statements from all the people working for him, all of which interrupts any ability for a normal person in government to be able to do their work. And with the media harping about this, it totally hampered his presidency. And by the way, this also shows the complete incompetence, either incompetence or deliberate intentional misconduct of the people in the Mueller special investigation who didn't uncover any of this. It took them 2 years to do it, and even they missed a lot of the things that Durham is turning up.
2 years and a tax dollar or two, that's for sure.
Yeah.
The big lie that it was fabricated in the 2016 campaign was intended to hamper Donald Trump's ability to become the president. And then after he became the president, it was the big lie that was perpetuated by so many people in elected offices in the government and in the media in order to hamper his ability to be the president. I'm curious what your thoughts are, Hans, about as John Durham continues to uncover what did you know and when did you know it in this probe in the Sussman trial and past that. You know, I think Adam Schiff is the name that is at the top of my list here of people who have been very, very integrally using the premise of what was created by the Hillary campaign, if proven to be the case, and to disparage President Trump. They used it not just against Donald Trump, but against the American people who put him in office.
Well, they did. And
does the
Schiff,
repercussion go
Schiff
out to those people?
Schiff has never ever apologized for what he did, has never acknowledged that almost everything he said was completely wrong. And so far, unfortunately, there have been almost no consequences for any of the individuals involved in this.
It's something to behold. And you like to think that the dominoes are going to start to fall, but nobody's holding their breath anymore. It's 6 years later and we're still talking about it. At least we still are talking about it. Hans, before I let you go, just a quick question on the Roe v. Wade case. Do you have any inside information or expectation of when we might get that ruling? Do you think it'll be all the way at the end of June or maybe before?
We have absolutely no idea when they'll release it. I suspect they'll wait till their last day so that they can then, the justices can leave town and be on vacation when the town erupts once again with the kind of hysterical rage that we have seen if it comes out the way everybody expects it to.
All right. Well, Hans, we will be in touch with you. Always grateful to have you on. I want to encourage people to check out your book, Our Broken Elections, How the Left Changed the Way You Vote. Another topic that we love to discuss with you, and we'll be again soon, I hope. Hans, have a good Tuesday. Thanks for being here.
Sure thing. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. I just can't get over the massive fallout of what the Hillary campaign and my question to Hans is, do we have proof that Hillary knew what was going on? I think that there's no way her hands weren't involved in all of this, but I also think that she is smart enough to be working in shadows and dark corners and keep herself clean, and if something slips up, she's got a hammer or something to wipe, like with a cloth.
Like with a cloth.
Yeah, barf. Wipe up the vomit from my disgust and nausea when it comes to how they've been able to get away with it. I don't know that they're going to get away with it. I think maybe in time, are we going to get to see what we want to see come out of this? I don't know, but I want the truth. And if it takes another 10, 20 years, I still want the truth.
Yeah. And I, like a perp walk would be nice, but if at the end of the day, if history shows that she was involved and the truth was out there and it disparages her legacy, then okay, that's justice enough for me.
It's kind of funny when you say it that way, though. What is her legacy?
Ain't much right now.
I think we could maybe leave her legacy right where it is. Let's take a quick break. As you know, the folks on Capitol Hill today are having a hearing, watching declassified videos in what is being called a historic UFO hearing. And our correspondent to foreign alien existence, Ryan Wiggins.
Interplanetary relations.
Did he put you up to that?
No, I just came up with that.
IPR, Ryan Wiggins, IPR agent when we come back in Wiggins America. Or is it Wiggins World? Is it Wiggins Solar System?
Wiggins Universe.
Oh, crap. We'll be back with Ryan in a minute. Don't go away.
No, my sign is no. My number is no.
The Annie Frey Show is streaming online. Watch us live on YouTube and subscribe.
My name is no. My sign is no.
The Mark Cox Morning Show.
New documents and emails showing how the Rams and the NFL worked to move the team to LA.
I was told in 2013 that there were senior members of staff that had already bought houses in LA.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Well, of course, they knew everything.
They already knew.
Weekday mornings 5 to 9.
Thomas Helbig and I will be at the Frontenac Hilton next Tuesday, May 24th at 6:30 p.m. And my buddies Mark Cox and Mark Reardon will be there as well to meet you for the Protecting Your Retirement educational event. I love doing these things. The house is always packed. They get this huge room and you have the opportunity to, sit with the person you come with, or if you don't come with anybody, you got a little space there. But it's a gigantic room and we fill it every time. And I want to meet you at this Thomas Helbig event because I think you're going to have a great time. First of all, it's free. Second of all, there's snacks. And third of all, the information that you're going to get at this free event with snacks is going to be useful to helping make sure that your retirement is secure. And it's from the very best in the St. Louis region, my friend Thomas Helbig, helping so many Annie Frey Show listeners, 97.1 FM Talk listeners, secure their retirement and go about it in a worry-free way. That's priceless. Tuesday, May 24th at 6:30 p.m. at the Frontenac Hilton. Here's the number to call to reserve your spot. Make sure you tell them you heard about it on the Annie Frey Show. When you call, I cannot wait to see you. I'll be there at about 6 o'clock, meeting people to about 6:30. Here's the number to call, 314-993-9494, 314-993-9494. Register online at retirementkey.com.
Wealth-changing question. Is your investment portfolio really customized? Some advisors say they customize portfolios, but all they really do is ask you a few questions, then put all your money in a model portfolio. At Creative Planning, each of our private wealth management clients' portfolios is unique. Your investment mix will be based on your custom financial plan. If that's not how your money's managed, you aren't getting the customization you deserve. Book your free meeting today at creativeplanning.com. Creative Planning, a richer way to wealth.
When you have Rhino Shield on your house, it does a couple of things for you. It beautifies the house and it protects it from the harshest elements. And boy, do we see those here in the greater St. Louis area. You get instant curb appeal. It will stick to anything. Rhino Shield is the answer, no matter whether you're painting a home or a church or a business or a condo, because it's 100% waterproof. It takes care of the outdoor maintenance on whatever is on the outside of your home. The brick, the block, aluminum, steel, stucco. They can put this on with the 2 to 3 coat process. They're there about a week, and they do a great job. A lot of businesses have done it in the area. Several Firestones have done that. Vantage Credit Union over the years, Harlan Packaging down in DeSoto. Call Darren today and schedule your free estimate. 877-25-RHINO, easy to remember phone number, or go online today at 877-25-RHINO.com.
If you filed a tax extension in April, don't wait until it's too late to handle your tax issues. Hi, this is Lance Drury with the Drury Law Firm. Every year, thousands of Missourians file extensions when their taxes are due in April. But what people don't know is the extension only moves your deadline to file your return, not to pay your taxes. So if you didn't pay anything back in April, you could now owe taxes plus interest plus penalties. You think you bought yourself time, but really you've just added to the total bill. If this sounds like you, call the Lance Drury Law Firm today. I am a local tax attorney with an A+ BBB rating, and I will meet with you right away to help handle your tax problems quickly. The deadline to file your return after an extension has already passed, so call the Lance Drury Law Firm now before it's too late. Remember, if you have IRS issues, you have legal issues. Call attorney Lance Drury, 314-260-6120, or go to Lance, DRURYlaw.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
You're listening to the Annie Frey Show live from the Air Comfort Service Heating and Cooling Studio. Air Comfort Service is proud to support Greater St. Louis Honor Flight. Sign your veteran up for their honor flight today at gslhonorflight.org, and for heating services, visit aircomfortservice.com.
Mark Cox here. If you're nearing retirement or already retired, call Thomas Helbig with the Retirement Advisory Group at 314-993-9494. He'll show you how to participate in the market gains without ever losing a penny. Thomas is the official financial advisor of the Mark Cox Morning Show.
Information to keep you moving. Dependable traffic mornings and afternoons with Sue Thomas. Driven by Ambassador Midwest Floor Company, the best way to deal with in-home traffic. Experience more at Ambassador Midwest Floor.
So listen up, here's the story about a little guy that lives in the blue world, and all day and all night and everything he sees.
This is the Annie Frey Show. Follow Annie on Twitter at Annie Frey Show.
With the blue little window and the blue Corvette, and everything is blue for him and himself and everybody around, 'cause he ain't got nobody to listen.
Just talking to people, a lot of people were very excited about this hearing, but they didn't have high expectations because the one that happened more than 50 years ago, and not a lot of people got a lot out of. And then the Pentagon report came out, and excuse me, there weren't many things that people came to conclusions about because, yeah, we had 144 reported things, but not much scientific evidence into that. So a lot of people were looking at this hearing saying, okay, AIMSOG is something that they talked about, and it's a new task force that is going to be used to kind of investigate these aerial phenomena, because while some people are excited, like me, about the possibility of extraterrestrial activity, it also is a reality that this could be, unfortunately, a national security threat by our adversaries.
Yeah, could be.
So are there aliens among us? Well, we know the answer to that on the Annie Frey Show. Let's just get to Wiggins America.
Wiggins! Oh, Wiggins!
Larry on YouTube says Ryan is an alien.
You've done a great job setting this up.
Thank you. And don't let us down.
Now, I want to clarify, though. You said something about Ryan has personal experience. I don't have personal experience with UFOs.
That's not what I heard.
I have personal research I've done on the topic.
Sounds like you're changing your tune now.
No, it is not. It's
They got
very,
you,
very
didn't they?
different. Well, you be the judge.
Eyewitness research?
That's my job.
Not eyewitness research, Brett. That is...
Okay, for a first-hand alien encounter account, Ryan Wiggins.
Yeah. Okay. So I stumbled across, I read a lot of weird history books about stuff that got overlooked, a lot of presidential history and stuff. I find it very interesting. Well, in doing
Do you
research,
believe everything you read?
no.
Really?
But when I read it, here's the thing. When I read it in a book, I feel like somebody's put more research into it than if I'm reading it online. Is that fair?
Brad, does he believe everything he reads?
I think he does.
I don't know how to just.
I read it on the internet.
Look,
It
this
has to
is
be true.
This is one of those. Ryan, when did you stop beating your wife questions? Because there's no way I'm going to respond to this in any way that's
Did you
going to
stop?
alleviate. I did. Oh wait, I mean, darn it. Oh, you got me again. Okay. Here's the research that I was looking into. The guy's name is Thomas Townsend Brown.
Sounds legit.
He began studying the use of gravitational fields as a means of propulsion in the 1920s. This is fact. He found what he charged when he charged a capacitor to a high voltage.
Was he under the tutelage of Doc Emmett Brown?
Oh, this is going to be good. Nobody's going to take this seriously. Anything I say from here on out, no, it doesn't even matter.
He's different now.
So sad.
It moves.
I know.
It moved toward its positive pole, creating an ion wind. So this effect, he claimed, proved a link between electrical charges and gravitational masses. It was essentially creating flight without the traditional means of physics, propulsion by gasoline or whatever. So he was creating movement based on gravitational forces and electronic fields in the 20s.
So like a maglev, gravitational repulsing
Something like that.
technology.
Yes.
I
Ion
know the
propulsion,
word.
whatever.
No,
something
that's not
like-
ion
Oh, it's
propulsion.
different.
It's
Okay.
different.
Okay. Thank you. In 1952, Thomas Townsend Brown demonstrated this electrogravitic propulsion for the
I think
U.S.
it's
Army.
Gravitic.
Sure.
And Brandon on YouTube says, "Come on, Wiggins, tell us the real stories of your abduction."
No. In a way, I asked for this. I should have known this was coming.
In a way.
But I thought, no, this is really interesting.
Stay tuned at 2 o'clock.
It's okay.
And
It's okay, Ryan.
Brad
Yeah.
and I will tell the stories of Ryan's abduction in the 2 o'clock hour.
And I'll just say no or yes.
Now
and
finish your story,
It
buddy.
doesn't matter. All right. So he demonstrated this for the U.S. Army at Pearl Harbor in 1952. He flew a pair of metal discs, as in flying saucers, around a 50-foot course, and they were not huge. They were just like about the size of my own wingspan, something like 3 feet, 4 feet, like this.
Massive.
Right. My basketball wingspan. Energized by 150,000 volts, these discs, which were about 3 feet in diameter, reached speeds of several hundred miles per hour. Documented. This is not classified material. According to Brown, then, the military immediately classified the project and no more was ever heard about it.
Hello? Hello? Anybody home? Hey, think would fly.
So what we know from publicly available documents
Brad, this is what we know.
is that this guy from the
Be true.
1920s through the 1950s had shown that you can fly things through the air without traditional propulsion methods. And then it was classified. So that seems to me, and we're talking about flying saucers. He
So
was
you're
using
telling
saucers.
us that somebody from Earth flew things in the air.
Somebody from Earth named Thomas Townsend Brown.
Doc Brown.
Dang it. You know what? They probably did that based on this guy. That's what writers do. They grab some famous name and they just use it again. I'm sure that's what this was. I'm sure. He was able to move these things at several 100,000 miles per hour.
100,000.
Sorry,
now.
several hundred miles per hour.
Okay.
All without any sort of traditional propulsion.
Johnny
So,
on YouTube believes you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I believe that somebody from Earth flew things in the air too.
Well, it's just interesting because he was using saucers, and that's what people don't talk about flying saucers anymore. They talk about different things, but back then it was all about saucers, and that's what he was using. That's the whole Roswell thing. I find it very, very.
If you would have told me that a Martian did this, then I would be impressed.
And you met him and sat down with an interview because you're supposed to be our personal
It was kind of a forced
representative.
I know that. I know that now, and I will never broach this topic again. I promise you.
You're
until
leading
2
the people
o'clock.
wanting more.
Isn't it interesting though? I mean, this is
No,
available
not like that.
information. What do you mean?
Like they want to know the real stories.
I don't know all I'm telling you is this. I don't know, like, oh, well, here's the deep research I found.
Todd says, that's called a Frisbee.
Yes, exactly. It's a saucer.
Did you just do on UFO Day a story about a scientist named Doc Brown?
Yes.
Who flew something in the air, but he's from Earth.
You know what's sad about this?
It's hard.
Normally I come in knowing that, oh, they're going to make fun of me. I did not think about that at all. I came into this like, oh, I got this thing. This is going to be really good. I was not prepared for the hilarious comedy that came out of this absolutely fantastic groundbreaking report that I brought. But congratulations. We've made it funny.
Are you doing okay since the incident?
What are you talking about?
Just keep asking probing questions, Annie.
Oh my gosh, we got to go to a
No
break.
probing questions.
No, absolutely no probing questions at all. Jessica Vaughn with Center for Immigration Studies when we come back.
Individual rates, coverage offerings, and savings may vary, subject to terms and conditions, not available in all areas. If you're a small business owner, listen up. Pi Insurance wants to give you one of those aha moments, the kind that could save you money. Workers' comp is probably one of the biggest costs you face. But did you know that insurance providers have flexibility in setting their prices? That's right, but many don't bother giving small businesses the savings you deserve. Instead, you can get lumped in with other businesses and overcharged. Pi Insurance was created to change that. With Pi, you get a quote tailored specifically to your business, and you could save up to 30% with no hassle and no hidden fees. And with helpful representatives just a call away, it's easy to understand why Pi is rated excellent by customers on Trustpilot. Take 3 minutes to see how much you could save with Pi Insurance. Ask your agent for Pi or go to trypi.com. That's TRYPIE.com.
Looking to build a house in Illinois? Well, I have the people for you. First of all, you want to go with a building company that you can trust. Fine people, and ones that are experienced, of course, but also very good at what they do and very good at keeping their word. C.A. Jones Inc. is that place. CAJonesInc.com is the website. You can go there and see all of the different buildable plans that they have. They're so fun to just look at and peruse and pick out, you know, I like this one or I kind of like these two. And then you talk to them and you talk about how you finish it in a way that reflects you. So it's not just another prefab type of a situation where you have a house that you're going to see in 100 other places. That's not the way C.A. Jones does things. They also care deeply about giving you the most energy efficient homes. That's going to save on cost for sure. And they have a HERS rating that comes with each home that shows how efficient that home is. If you're looking to build a home in the Metro East, go with who I would choose to build my home. Pick C.A. Jones. You can find out all of the information you need to know online at their website at cajonesinc.com.
You're the one everyone looks to for answers. Come rain or shine, the job must get done. And you're the one who makes it happen. We get you, Jackie in Fresno, putting your employee safety first. And Manny in Chattanooga, whose local Granger team knows him by name. We're here for you and all the ones who get it done, with 24/7 customer support and access to product specialists to help you find what you need. Call, click Granger.com, or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
Hello, this is Joe Cordell. Cordell & Cordell is a firm that practices family law exclusively. We focus on only one area of the law to maximize our strength and effectiveness as advocates for clients that have everything on the line: their homes, retirement, savings, and most importantly, their children. We're the partner our clients count on. If we can be of help to you, give us a call.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements. 600 Kelwood Parkway, Suite 310, Town and Country, Missouri, 63017. CordellCordell.com.
KFTK FM Florissant, driven by the Bommarito Automotive Group. 97.1 FM Talk.
An Odyssey station.
Shared grief and anger on Lisa Brady, Fox News.
Jill and I have come to stand with you. And to the families, we've come to grieve with you.
President Biden visiting Buffalo, New York, condemning hateful ideology after Saturday's supermarket massacre and vowing that white supremacy won't have the last word.
Hate and fear are being given too much oxygen by those who pretend to love America. but who don't understand America.
The 18-year-old white suspect accused of killing 10 people and wounding 3 others has pleaded not guilty to first-degree murder charges due back in court on Thursday. Also suspected of posting a racist manifesto, drawing in part on the replacement conspiracy theory about a plot to diminish the influence of white people. The White House criticizing what it calls an ultra-MAGA agenda as voters pick primary winners in 5 states today, with Republicans targeting the president's agenda.
And this seat is so important for Pennsylvania because to fight on all those issues of inflation and energy policy and open border, we need a conservative leader in the Senate for Pennsylvania that can fight.
Republican Senate hopeful David McCormick is in a close race with conservative activist Kathy Barnett and Trump-backed candidate Dr. Mehmet Oz.
I tell you, you want to be an optimist? Go travel around Pennsylvania and campaign. People know what to do. You sit in a diner, the woman serving you coffee will sit next to you and explain energy to you in ways that are actually more lucid than what I'm hearing out of Washington.
Meantime, Democratic Senate candidate John Fetterman, Pennsylvania's lieutenant governor, casting his vote using an emergency absentee ballot at a hospital today after suffering a stroke. The push for more COVID funding on Capitol Hill. Dr. Anthony Fauci.
If we don't get the resources we need, we're not going to be able to do the kind of preparedness, not only for vaccine, but also for targeted development of antivirals.
At a hearing on the National Institutes of Health budget as the White House urges billions more for COVID relief. America is listening to Fox News.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. I want to speak to the dads who are being denied access to their kids, excluded from key parenting decisions, are contending with child support issues. In all of these cases, doing nothing is probably not a good strategy. The law has given you rights, but you have to assert them. If the challenge is the cost of an attorney, Cordell & Cordell offers a capped fee option. Give us a call.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements. 600 Kelwood Parkway, Suite 310, Town & Country, Missouri, 63017. CordellCordell.com.
Every 3 seconds, there's a new victim of identity theft. A criminal could be applying for loans in your name or even selling your personal info on the dark web. Protecting your identity can be easy with LifeLock by Norton. LifeLock monitors your info and alerts you to potential identity threats. No one can prevent all identity theft or monitor all transactions at all businesses, but with LifeLock, it's easy to help protect yourself. Save up to 25% off your first year at LifeLock.com with promo code NEW.
Air Comfort Service Heating and Cooling weather with Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
Partly sunny skies with us on this Tuesday afternoon, but expect some increase in clouds as we go through the afternoon hours. Maybe a shower late. Think a dry day. 82 for the high. Tonight, scattered showers and thunderstorms. A couple of the storms could be strong, even severe, late tonight. 62. Wednesday, scattered showers and thunderstorms in the morning, then partly sunny Wednesday afternoon at 85. This is 97.1 FM Talk. Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
What you won't hear anywhere else.
What is with the new song playing at the end of the game, Beach Boys?
Okay, so Post-Dispatch said, oh, it's great that they're playing this. We've been playing it since January because at the Winter Classic on the 1st of January, the Blues wore beach gear.
Because it was freezing. It was like
It was below zero, and they wore beach gear to show that they were not intimidated by the cold.
Where St. Louis comes to talk. 97.1 FM Talk.
Looking to sell your house without all the hassle and pricey repair costs? Great! Because Chris Buys Homes in St. Louis loves buying fix-up homes in any condition, as is, no fees and no commissions. Call 314-782-8000, and Chris Buys Homes in St. Louis will give you a cash offer right now. No strings attached. We buy inherited houses, divorce houses, trashed houses, even those my tenant won't pay rent houses. Call Chris at 314-782-8000 and find out how easy it is to work with us. That's 314-782-8000. Do you think your home will be difficult to sell? Easy. Our team will provide you with personal guidance through our short and simple process to turn your house into a pile of gold. Just call Chris at 314-782-8000. 314-782-8000. That's 314-782-8000. And let Chris worry about everything.
Did you know that a recent survey showed that only 29% of working women show basic financial literacy skills compared to 47% of working men? At Heisey Advisory Group, we make it a mission to create an experience that encourages women to become more engaged in the financial process. The financial and investing world can be so puzzling for everyone with so many acronyms, terms, and options to choose from. It can leave people feeling stuck. If there's one thing we know, it's that people just want to be heard and they want a plan that they are comfortable with. That's what we do for our families at Heisey Advisory Group. We help people just like you build a plan with the goal of providing you the freedom to enjoy the best years of your life. Call Heisey Advisory Group today and let us help you remove the worry of running out of money. Call 314-328-6000. Again, that's 314-328-6000.
Firm offers insurance services. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AU Wealth Management, LLC.
Hi, this is Curtis Barks. I am the owner of Complete Auto Body and Repair, here to tell you about our touchless automotive service. If you're experiencing the constant struggles of having the kids home from school or just want more of that family time where you can listen to them teach you about what they do every day, we provide touchless automotive service, return the vehicle to you clean and ready to go in the comfort of your own home. Check us out online at CompleteAB.com for more information. If it's not perfect, it's not complete. Others can't compete with Complete Auto Body.
Dad, and service.
Oh yeah, and service.
He fixed the cars.
Join Mosby Building Arts every Saturday from 12 to 1 p.m. on 97.1 FM. Rich Orse and guests give insider tips about renovations, design, construction, exteriors, and more. Tune in to Right at Home with Rich on Saturdays or catch the podcast online.
Tony La Russa here. Men, are you running out of stamina rounding third base? If so, call my friends at Victory Men's Health in O'Fallon, Illinois. Scoring at home is important, just as important as crossing the plate with the winning run. VictoryMen'sHealth.com.
You can ask your smart speaker to play 97.1 FM Talk and stay connected to everything happening in the world, the country, and the community. It's all through the new Odyssey app. 97.1 FM Talk. This hour of the Annie Frey Show is sponsored by The Loading Dock. River views, outdoor dining, live music, and overnight accommodations. The Loading Dock on the river in Grafton, Illinois.
That is exactly what I needed to hear.
Thank God someone here knows what they're talking about.
That's us. That's right. Gotta love this American ride.
You need to take the time and get the full picture.
Come on, turn the radio on. It's Saturday and I won't be long.
Don't get me wrong. I love the ladies. I mean, they rev my engine, but they don't belong in the newsroom. It is Anchor Man, not Anchor Lady.
What do you want from me? I'm not America's sweetheart.
Goodness sake, kid. Keep your voice down. Your father's listening to the radio.
I'm not America's sweetheart.
This is the Annie Frey Show.
Border Patrol has started building this brand new tent city compound here in Eagle Pass ahead of Title 42's repeal next Monday, 1 week from today. We're told this is supposed to expand holding capacity by about another 500 people or so, as well as speed up processing. I'm told construction is supposed to finish right before Title 42 drops, but multiple Border Patrol sources tell us they have concerns about this because they are pulling manpower from stations all across Del Rio sector to come and staff this facility. And they have concerns that when Title 42 does drop, that means they're going to have less agents out in the field on patrol because they're going to be doing more paperwork and more processing.
Fox News' Bill Malugin reporting on what is taking place at the border and also what they're anticipating taking place if Title 42 is to be lifted the way the Biden administration intends to here at the end of May. Now, we've talked about this a little bit here and there, and as it is approached, it's gotten postponed and it's in a court situation. We're wondering all across the country, yes, sitting here smack dab in the middle of the country in St. Louis, Missouri, how is the lifting of Title 42 going to affect us? It seems like that border certainly is far away from us in the Midwest here, but it is a problem that's going to affect every state across the country. And to talk to us about that is Jessica Vaughn, the Director of Policy Studies at Center for Immigration Studies. On with us now. Jessica, thank you for coming on the Annie Frey Show today. It's great to have you here.
Glad to be with you.
So tell me how the pending lifting of Title 42, a measure put in place to curb some of the entries across our southern border, how it actually affects the whole United States.
Well, it affects everyone because the people who have been coming over and who are expecting to be able to come over illegally are not staying in the border area. They're fanning out around the country to almost every state, pretty much. Texas and Florida are getting about 25% of the people coming, but almost every state is noticing an influx of people. They're joining family and friends who have gone before them. So anywhere that you already have illegal immigration, it's going to grow. The Department of Homeland Security estimates that lifting Title 42 is going to cause at least a tripling of illegal migration. And the Biden administration has admitted that its plan is to basically let everyone come in and remain in the United States for the foreseeable future, either by applying for asylum or just, being allowed in because they don't want to use the immigration laws or the requirements in those laws to remove people. So it affects everyone. It really affects the school system, because the people who are being allowed in are those illegal migrants who come with a child or who send a child unaccompanied. And so, the first place we start to notice, beyond the border, in communities in the heartland, the first thing you notice is the enrollment in the schools. And, under a longstanding Supreme Court case, communities are obligated to enroll all kids in the public schools. And yet there's no increase in the tax base that is coming along with this influx of illegal migrants. We see a concerning increase in human trafficking, labor trafficking, setting up people with fake identification so that they can work, because most of them are not getting work permits right away. So they end up working illegally, with a wink and a nod from the Biden administration. And they are usually going to be receiving social services to help them survive in the United States, because nobody is going to be making them go home anytime soon.
We're speaking with the Director of Policy Studies at the Center for Immigration Studies, Jessica Vaughn. If I'm trying to put myself in the shoes, the mindset of the Biden administration, the people who have the power to make the current status of our border the way it is, or to change the status of the way the border is through executive order or through passing an actual law in Congress or enforcing it, I'm trying to find where I can put myself in this mindset and come up with a reason why the way we're doing it is good for the country. Do you know what this administration, how they truly believe that what they're doing is right for the country?
Well, they believe that what they're doing is right for them. They are the people who are putting these policies are insulated from the negative effects of these policies. They're not competing for jobs with the new arrivals. They're not concerned about the cost to communities to have these kids in schools and getting social services. They don't live in the same neighborhoods. To them, this is, great because there's more labor available at lower cost, and they think that diversity is great, that these people are going to be supportive of more immigration in the future, and that they're going to get some political bounce out of it. Although, the truth is that most voters are really quite concerned about this, believe in limits on immigration, controlling our border, and proper vetting of the people who are coming through so that they are not a risk to the public. And that it's just not happening right now. And in fact, we don't know who's coming over. The border agencies are overwhelmed, absolutely overwhelmed, and don't know who's coming or why. And that, we're going to pay the price down the line one way or another.
We're speaking with Jessica Vaughn with the Center for Immigration Studies. You talked about the popularity of these policies. I'm sure there's a lot of studying by the Center for Immigration Studies of how people who are very near to this border feel about it. We've certainly seen on a national scale people who have the D next to their names pushing back against the status quo, the way things are going right now. How unpopular is the current way that the border is being protected amongst all voters?
Well, from what the polling of voters shows is that they are very concerned about border security, that they do no longer trust the Biden administration with this issue. They want some changes not only at the border to prevent illegal immigration, but also to fix the broken asylum system and, to have a more reasonable level of immigration. The ultimate poll, of course, is going to be held in November when people make decisions on their members of Congress. And I think that there is generally a sense that we need some guardrails on the Biden administration. Even, among Democrats may feel, that we need to have much more open immigration, but that Congress should be doing it and that it shouldn't be done as recklessly as is currently the case.
We're speaking
and then they're concerned about its effect on the Democratic agenda at large.
Yeah, I mean, that's what seems pretty evident. And, as a radio broadcaster on a conservative opinion talk show, it's very easy to just kind of boil this all down to this is what the Democrats want and this is what the Republicans want. But there's such a consequence to the current status of how we are not protecting our border that it does transcend. It becomes a bipartisan issue. We've seen, as I was referring to before, those Democrats that are on the southern border, but we've seen this become an issue, not just because there are people here who maybe should still remain in their own country, but the amount of drugs that come in. You mentioned human trafficking, the other consequences of this influx of unknown people into our country. The fallout from this is significant. And I think people are starting to feel it even more throughout the country than they anticipated originally.
Right. And the demographic to watch really on this is immigrants or people who are descended from recent immigrants also feel strongly that we need to have an organized, predictable, secure system that has controls and that is not, letting in more illegal immigration than legal immigration, which is the case right now. Last year, we added 1.6 million new foreign-born to our population, and about 1 million of them have come illegally. And those migrants outnumber legal immigrants to this country, and that simply is, doesn't make sense to people. We have laws to control immigration. Americans support a tradition of immigration, but they want it to be in reasonable numbers, in a way that does not harm communities or the country at large.
Jessica, I'm thinking about the way that these issues are generally discussed in the political realm, which is sometimes the only exposure that Americans who aren't living on that southern border might get to it. It's just how does a certain political party speak on it? And generally speaking, for the decades that I've been alive, the left has been the party of caring. They've decided to expand government in an effort to try to care for more people. That's what they are selling to the American people when they are asking for their votes. And, I think of the way that immigration is discussed on the southern border. And if up until this point in time, it's very often been made out to be that the Democrats, being a party of compassion, want people to come here and bring them in. But at the same time, I'm listening to the way you're describing the experience of these immigrants as they cross into our country. It seems to me like these people are really being treated more as a commodity rather than as humans who need asylum and need safety from where they came from.
That's right. It's almost as if they are props to support changing of policies from the Trump administration and to somehow give expression to these claimed compassionate views. But, there's nothing compassionate about having policies that entice people to turn over their life savings and their families and their children to a criminal smuggling organization, to go on this dangerous journey through Central America and Mexico to the United States, breaking laws all along the way, subjecting themselves to abuse by people all along the way, and becoming indentured to smuggling and trafficking organizations, coming here to live illegally. That's not compassionate. That is causing people to make bad choices, enticing them. And that is not a moral or a compassionate policy at all. When you see the victims of the smugglers, people left behind, people getting abused on the way, people getting extorted for more and more money, people being extorted for their labor once they arrive here. There's nothing compassionate about that. And it's not compassionate to those Americans who, for whatever reason, have not had the benefit of higher education, who need the jobs that some employers prefer to hire illegal workers to do. There's nothing compassionate about that. There's nothing compassionate about diverting resources away from Americans who need help from their government to support people coming illegally.
Yeah. I completely agree with that assessment, and I think we need to be talking about it even more. We appreciate you, Jessica, for coming on with us today. We look forward to connecting with the Center for Immigration Studies again soon.
I hope to talk with you soon. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye. Jessica Vaughn, she's the Director of Policy Studies there at the Center for Immigration Studies. It's so frustrating to understand the difference between what they're selling you and what they're delivering. And then you have to ask yourself, if what they're selling to you and what they're delivering when you make that purchase, albeit with a vote, what are they getting out of that? What is your vote provide the individuals, and what do they feel like they have to do to earn that vote? And in the case of immigration, you know, it's kind of a tried and true method for the far left progressive party to use the heartstrings, to tug upon them, to try to get you to vote for them in a way that makes you feel like you did something. Voting for Democrats and being okay with higher taxes because you can afford the extra dollars out of your pocket is the laziest version of charity that has ever existed on the face of the earth. Feeling good about yourself because you can afford to vote for Democrats that are going to raise your taxes, and you know that you're in the class who maybe could pay a little bit more of their, air quotes, fair share. It's the laziest way to help other people. And if that's what if you're voting in that capacity because it makes you feel good about yourself, you need to ask yourself, of course, are they delivering what they're saying they're going to deliver at the high cost of my vote? Is what the Democratic Party is doing at the southern border compassionate to the people who are fleeing where they're coming from to cross our border, to live here, likely in the shadows, and to exist in America in that capacity? Every single time I hear about how they are cheap labor, I don't understand that. If people are going to come here illegally and we're going to kick the doors wide open for them to flood here, and then we're going to use them so that we can pay them less and off the books than we would pay our own American citizens, what in the world is that? It's not compassion, folks. It's the opposite of compassion. It's similar to prostitution. It's using people as a means to an end. It's pimping out people who are coming here so that you can benefit on what you're using those individuals from. We can dive in when we come back on the Black Lives Matter association, that the money coming in, the people who have led it. Do you know how the people who have been the closest to those who are running Black Lives Matter have lined the pockets of the people who are closest to them? If you haven't heard this story yet, it's going to blow your mind. And then I got to ask you, all of the people who have died, George Floyd, Michael Brown, the rest of the individuals who have caused cities to burn because people are protesting the loss of the life, the controversial loss of life there, raised money on this. Where's that money going? Is it going to stop what they said it would stop? It's not. That's not compassion, folks. That's pimping, and it's disgusting. Let's take a quick break. I'll give you some of those details in the Black Lives Matter debacle when we come back, and vote on the YouTube live chat poll. Just go to the Annie Frey YouTube live chat right there on the YouTubes. Do you believe life exists outside of planet Earth? Yes or no? And if you listened to Wiggins America before and are sad that you voted one way and his compelling case to vote another causes you to change it, just create a new YouTube channel and vote again or something. Get on there and vote and leave us a comment why you voted the way you did. We'll be back in a minute. Don't go away.
You're listening to The Annie Frey Show. Find the podcast, on-demand audio, and more at 971talk.com/Annie. Decision 2022 is happening. Are you ready to decide? The primary candidates are here because they want to talk to you. Decision 2022, right here, right now, on 97.1 FM Talk.
Let's talk about basements, finished basements, and let's talk to those people. My favorite message that I've got on Facebook about my dozens of kids. I have 4. I will remind you, it's just 4. When you have kids or, grandkids running around the house, the stuff that you got to have, especially when there's babies and there's blocks and there's toys and all this stuff, and it doesn't really fit into the lifestyle when the babies aren't there or the kids aren't playing. You want to have stuff for them. You get toys for them. You want them to play and be the happiest they can be when they come over to visit grandma and grandpa, or if you've got, kids coming over to your house and spending time playing, it makes you happy to have it, but you don't want to have all that junk everywhere. The built-in Closet Factory storage that they can come in to solve this problem in your basement or in your playroom or in your office where the kids maybe go to play while they're there, but it's your office when they're not there. All of these different situations, having the Closet Factory, a St. Louis family-owned and operated business who's been in my home and done such a fantastic job. They're the nicest people ever. When they come in and give you the options that you need to make sure you can accommodate both of those situations in your home simultaneously, mind blown. You're going to love them. Reach out to them. Mention the Annie Frey Show when you do. 314-961-4300. 314-961-4300. Online at closetfactory.com.
I'm back to doing what I love and more. Thanks to the Good Feet Store.
Hi, this is Arnold, owner of the Good Feet Store. Have you been suffering with foot pain, knee pain, low back pain, or plantar fasciitis? You may be thinking there's no way that something as simple as the Good Feet Store can help you.
My feet would just ache, my back, my ankles. I finally said, I'm going to do this. And I'll be darned if it didn't work. I feel a million times better than I ever did.
No shots, no surgery, no medication.
Call 314-317-9494 or visit one of our 2 locations on Olive, Catty Corner from TGI Fridays, or in Shiloh, Illinois, across from Dearborn.
Thanks to the Good Feet Store.
Individual results may vary. Consult your physician for medical conditions. Visit the website goodfeetstlewis.com. Good Feet arch supports fit in all your own shoes. Come to the Good Feet store for a free test walk today. You can try it before you buy it.
Is your portfolio positioned for the biggest risks facing investors today? Hi, I'm Bob Stockdale, Senior Vice President Investments with the ClearPath Wealth Management Group at Stifel and host of On the Money Saturday mornings at 11 on 97.1 FM Talk. We have experienced tremendous economic changes in the last year. Today, historically low interest rates and spiking inflation present new risks and opportunities for investors. If you haven't made changes to your investments in the last year, it's time for a portfolio review. With 100 years of combined experience, our team can help you prepare for the risks relevant to today's investors. Contact the ClearPath Wealth Management Group at Stifel to request a free portfolio review at clearpathinvesting.com or call us at 636-695-2650. That's clearpathinvesting.com or 636-695-2650. Stifel Nicholas and Company Incorporated, member NYSE and SIPC.
Hi guys, it's Andrew with Pineview Medical Clinic. Is erectile dysfunction damaging your relationship? Are you sick of the pill and all the side effects? Well, welcome to the future. We have a major medical breakthrough. Pineview Medical Clinic uses the most advanced form of wave therapy. Backed by 60 clinical studies, our technology uses pressure waves to repair and open up blood vessels. We've helped countless men get rid of their ED. But what is the true end result? Their relationship, even their lives, improve drastically. If you're ready to regain your love life, call us right now, and not only will the assessment and ultrasound be free, we'll also give you a gift that produces immediate results in the bedroom. It almost never fails. This is worth $550, and it's free to callers right now. 314-530-7777. That's 314-530-7777. Put a stop to your erectile dysfunction and experience what I call the happiness ripple effect. Call Pineview Medical Clinic now. 314-530-7777.
This Here's a story about Billy Joe and Bobby Sue.
The Annie Frey Show is streaming online. Watch us live on YouTube and subscribe.
Sit around the house, get high and watch a tube. And here's what happened when they decided to cut loose. They headed down to old El Paso. I swear they ran into a great big hassle. Billy Joe shot a man while robbing his castle. Bobby Sue took the money and run.
Could not have played a better song for this segment.
Man.
Have you heard this? Have you heard this story?
No, I don't know that I have.
Black Lives Matter paid nearly $4 million to board secretary, co-founder's brother, and father of her child.
Oh my.
Tax forms also confirm Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation used funds to purchase a $6 million LA mansion. So let's just take a little bit of a walk here down memory lane. And right here in the shadow of the St. Louis Arch, Ferguson, Missouri, everybody knows Ferguson across the country now because of the Michael Brown, Darren Wilson shooting. And that's gone to trial. The Eric Holder, Barack Obama Justice Department was involved in that. And Darren Wilson is a free man. If you know the details of that story, and I'm not going to litigate them here because it's already been done, and me talking about it doesn't change anything. There was a hands up, don't shoot phrase that came out of that, and you'll still see a sign here and there at protests. We haven't had one for a while. Knock on wood. I keep saying these things, and then 2 weeks later, something terrible happens. You have a story like that, and it's, I'm going to say this, and I know there are going to be people in my audience who disagree with this, but I disagree with you if you disagree with this. But that whole situation was tragic.
Yes.
It is a tragedy. It is a sad story. And it shows that there are consequences for actions and life choices. And don't think that Darren Wilson isn't living with consequences due to his choices. But Michael Brown is not living due to his choices. Right. It's okay to say that it's a tragedy that Michael Brown lost his life. Do you think is that a controversial statement?
No, it's a tragic situation. Like the whole thing. If you take everything into account, everything surrounding that, from his upbringing to the life choices he made to the situation that put him in the place where Darren Wilson and his lives interacted and intersected right there. Everything about that is a tragic situation, because in the end, you don't want anybody to get shot and die, even if they're doing something that, might cause them to get shot. You don't want that situation to happen.
George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery. These are all people who have lost their lives. And if there is some sort of systemic situation that has led to the deaths of these individuals, it should absolutely be looked at.
Right.
And when Black Lives Matter came on the scene and became not a sentence, which I have said from that time to this point in time, that the words in the sentence Black Lives Matter, I am 100% in agreement with. I don't know who isn't. And if you're not in agreement with the statement that Black Lives Matter, shame on you, because life matters. And Black lives absolutely matter. And there are people who are in this audience right now who listen to the show, who are Black, who are not conservative, who are not Republican, who have an experience in life that is different than mine because I'm white. That's just true. But Brad, there are experiences that you and I go through life and have, similar circumstances surrounding our existence. But I am a woman and you are a man, and my experiences are different than yours.
Yes.
And to suggest that they're not is foolish.
Right.
If we have an event in the evening here, downtown St. Louis, and we're parked 3 blocks away, you walking to your car 3 blocks away by yourself and me walking 3 blocks away,
Different situation.
Entirely different situation.
Well, and like you got, I even heard Hannah and you talking about this. Your interactions with just driving downtown with homeless people on the side of the road, way different than mine.
I was getting a smoothie from Smoothie King downstairs the other day, and I have it on video. I'm sitting in the Smoothie King drive-thru, which is in the inside of a parking garage on the main floor level. You pull in, there's a KFC on the corner, and there's a Smoothie King window. There's not even a Smoothie King storefront anywhere, is there?
And I don't know.
I don't know that there is. Maybe. I've only ever gone through the drive-thru. I'm sitting in the drive-thru at this window. Nobody's at the window because they're making the smoothie. And there's nobody else there at the time where I pull up. And there is a homeless man who walks up and stands directly in front of my minivan in a parking garage. And he just stands there and stares at me. Now, if I were to move my car forward, I would have hit him immediately. And he stands there. And it's like if you're downtown and you see a situation, someone's on the side of the road. I said this the other day, that now I've seen these signs in several different places that say spare money. And it's like, nobody has spare money.
Right.
There might be money that I will part with for a particular reason, but it's not spare money.
Right.
I'm raising children. And even if I weren't raising children, I'm working for the money that I have and I'm using it for my independent existence. But if I pull up at a stoplight and there's a homeless person standing on the road, you can kind of avoid the eye contact thing and then wait for it to turn green and go. In the Smoothie King, I am sitting there. There is nobody around. And this man is standing directly in front of my car, staring at me. And so what I did was I was putting on some makeup before I came up into work. And so I picked my phone up, like I was looking into my phone and putting my makeup on, but I was really videoing him. And then he walks around the side of my car and he kind of looks in my side window and I'm about ready to gun it as soon as he moves around. If I have to go, I have to go. And then he went to the back of my car and he was staring in the back of my car. I don't think that he would have done that to you.
No, he wouldn't have.
Have you ever experienced anything like that before?
Nothing like that.
That's not the only time I've experienced anything like that, like this year.
Yeah.
So your experience as a man is different than my experience as a woman. That is obvious. And I think that it's foolish for anybody, especially in political terms, to assume that the white experience is different, is the same as the black experience. Right. And if somebody who is black is to say, no, it's different to be a black man walking on, like I talked about you walking 3 blocks on the street by yourself. As a white man, it's different for a black man to do it. And it's different for a black woman to do it. These experiences are unique. And it's because of societal things that we have that make them unique. And it's a lot of people who are sitting on edge, maybe needlessly sitting on edge. But this is the difference in our experiences. And acknowledging that, I think, is a good and healthy thing.
Yes.
That does not mean that as a white woman walking alone that I'm definitely going to be a victim. It doesn't mean that if you're a black man walking alone that you're definitely going to be a victimizer. We can't give in to those lazy ways of assuming things about people. So if you want to put together an organization that touts that Black Lives Matter, I think it could be put together in a way that would be very positive for the Black community to benefit from.
Yes.
That possibility exists. You have the genesis of this organization. For whatever, if you're going to attribute the deaths of those Black individuals to white racist cops and that all white cops are racist and want to shoot Black people, that's not in the picture for me at all. It is a deal breaker at the very jump. But if you want to point out that there are impoverished Black communities and you want to help bring those people out of that poverty and you want to give them equal opportunity, how can I help?
Right.
How can I be a part of that solution? That's not what Black Lives Matter ever was. I don't know if it was intended to be different, because it might have been, but as soon as the dollars start flowing in, people see the money. And they start to salivate after it and they get addicted to it. This is from the Fox News report. The Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation dished out nearly $4 million in consulting payments to its board secretary, co-founder Patrice Cullors' brother, and the father of Cullors' child. BLM Global Network, the movement's primary nonprofit, paid $2.1 million to Bowers Consulting, a firm run by Shalamaya Bowers, the foundation's board secretary, between July 2020 and June 2021, according to tax forms the BLM Global Network Foundation provided to the AP. The nonprofit also pushed $1.8 million to individuals with close ties to Cullors who stepped away from the group last year. The payments include $970,000 to Trap Heels LLC, a company established by Damon Turner, the father of Cullors' child, and $840,000 to Cullors Protection LLC, a security firm owned by her brother, Paul Cullors, the tax form shows. The AP report also confirms that the foundation had used its funds to purchase a $6 million Los Angeles mansion, which came under fire following a New York Magazine report. BLM Global Network hauled in $77 million in contributions during its 2021 fiscal year, and it ended with $42 million in assets, the tax form shows, handed out $25 million in grants. $77 million taken in, $42 million in assets, and it handed out $25 million in grants. I don't know. So I'm willing to be educated on this. I don't know of a single entity, at least in this area, and I would say that this is near ground zero for this movement, where BLM has come in and transformed anything for the positive. They still fundraise. They're clearly bringing money in. And you got to ask yourself, for what purpose? I know that there are a lot of Black lives that don't seem to matter to anybody on the left. They're being aborted at incredibly disproportional rates to the percentage of Black people who are in this country at 13%. Black babies' lives do not matter to this movement. I don't understand that. That doesn't have to be the tie-in issue. Of course, it's still my stance that we should be caring about the lives that are being lost in our country because of political fights and political bickering. I want to look around and I want to talk to people who are across the aisle from me, who know more about these issues than I do, who don't want these issues to be the way that they are, and figure out solutions to help. Solutions that don't wait for politicians to show up to take a photo at an event that they heard about and say that they support. The politicians aren't going to fix these issues. There's no politician in St. Louis that's going to fix the deplorable living situations that have existed across the country historically, that have expanded poverty in and around this region, both on the Missouri side and the Illinois side of the river. You know, I think about Jack Brewer in Florida, who has created a school for young Black boys, and he's trying to exchange the Black American experience for these young men, and he has high expectations for them. And Joy Reid uses that as an opportunity to tee off on what's going on down there, and you know, kind of ties it into some form of enslavement. You got to wonder what's the trophy here? Is at the end of the day, if you feel like you won the political argument, is that the pinnacle? Is that the peak? You want the point on the scoreboard? And if everything stays status quo, the next day you can fight the same battle and win the same point on the scoreboard. You can't win those points if the problem gets solved. You got to find something else to win on. And that's the disgusting, deplorable part about all of this. It would have been nice if Black Lives Matter would have turned into something that actually invested in the lives of Black people and the experience of Black people that needed the support from BLM. And it adhered more to that idea of Black Lives Matter as a sentence, not as a capital BLM fundraising opportunity. On the tragic loss of life that we see every day in our city here, in our country, of young people who feel like they have nothing to lose, so they're willing to engage in behaviors that are going to be a tragic end. With so much repetition in the city of St. Louis, we don't even talk about it. It's just part of living in this city. It is So incredibly sad. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, more Annie Frey Show. That YouTube live chat poll is up and running. We need your vote in it. Do you believe life exists outside of planet Earth? Yes or no? Love to know what your thoughts are. As Capitol here is having a historic first hearing on the existence of UFOs. Never happened before, and we're talking about it today. It's a good thing because we didn't have anything else to talk about or fix. So glad that Capitol Hill is on it. Like I said, folks, don't wait for the politicians to show up. They're not going to help. We'll be back in a minute. Don't go away.
The Annie Frey Show is streaming online. Watch us live on YouTube and subscribe.
Headed down south and they're still running today.
Mark Reardon Show.
Mark McGuire stuck an elbow in Tony's rib after Albert hit a home run off the closer in spring training, and he said, if you don't take this kid with us, it's the biggest mistake you've ever made.
Weekdays from 3 to 6 on 97.1 FM Talk.
That high interest credit card debt is creeping up on you right now while you're paying $5 a gallon for gas and going to the grocery store. You're making choices that you didn't think you'd ever have to make before because it just can't stretch the dollar as far. Get rid of that high interest debt with a mortgage refinance with Stewart's American Mortgage. Now, rates aren't as low as they used to be, but they're going to be significantly lower than what those credit cards are charging you. And the equity in your house is still high. Reach out to Stewie at Stewart's American Mortgage and ask him how the Bagel Loan can help you. The Bagel Loan has helped my family multiple times because when you use the Bagel Loan, he doesn't charge you the fees that everybody else out there is going to charge you for. This can save you 4 digits of dollars when it goes into making your financial situation a better one for you. Everybody's situation is different. And when you talk to Stewie about the Bagel Loan, you're going to be able to explain to him, here's what we got. This is what we think the house is worth. But we're really trying to knock off this loan so that we don't have to pay that anymore. What can you do for me? And he'll tell you. And he is going to help you if in any way, shape, or form he can. He'll explain the whole thing to you, but it's true. Those fees, they don't exist. It's only at the Bagel Loan, and it's only at Stewart's American Mortgage. 314-324-4440. Call or text 314-324-4440. Google the Bagel Loan, NMLS number 226715.
Remember?
Yeah, you said if I wanted to save energy
or money,
I'd buy a new air conditioner instead of an electric car.
Yep, most Americans use more energy cooling themselves than on anything else. And Jerry Kelly's newest ACs are nearly twice as efficient as some sold just 10 years ago.
So I said a new AC may save more energy than a Tesla, but it's not as sexy.
What about this energy bill?
Wah, wah, wee, wah.
The fast and the good, and they got it going on. Jerry Kelly.
What kind of Republican says he supports Black Lives Matter strongly and passionately? The kind of Republican who voted Democrat in 7 of the last 8 primaries. The kind who said this about Obama's election.
Our black vote would make such a difference in this country that would elect a black man to presidency in 2008 with Barack Obama made history.
The kind of Republican who says this about J.B. Pritzker.
It is my honor to bring to the podium a great friend, a great leader who has guided our state with professionalism and compassion.
What do you call a Republican like Richard Irvin, who says he strongly and passionately supports Black Lives Matter? The Law Enforcement Legal Defense Fund president says you call him unqualified.
The organization Black Lives Matter is a successful shakedown for money. It just promotes a Marxist philosophy. Supporting that organization should be a disqualifier.
What do you call a Republican like Richard Irvin, who supports Black Lives Matter, Obama, and Pritzker? You call him a Democrat. In the Republican primary, vote for a Republican. Vote no on Richard Irvin. Paid for by people who play by the rules pack.
Rhino Shield is engineered to outlast paint, formulated to outsmart the elements. Expect more from an exterior coating with Rhino Shield. Rain or shine, sleet or snow, mold or mildew. Premium protection from whatever Mother Nature sends our way. Our home exterior coatings intelligently designed to stand up to Mother Nature. We're driven by the uncompromising commitment to coat your home in quality. Experience the Rhino Shield difference. We've been changing the expectation of exterior coatings for decades. One home, business, church, condo at a time. Maintain your architectural features. Regular paint is an expense that never ends. The decision to do vinyl will leave you with a plastic moldy box. Paint a house, shield your home. Call 877-25-RHINO, 877-25-RHINO, or 877-25rhino.com. You know what we did there. Tell them, ladies.
Don't paint, don't Rhino, go Rhino Shield. Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
Hi, this is Ken.
And Laurie Heisey of Heisey Advisory Group. We're dedicated to helping individuals and families work toward their financial goals.
If you're retiring soon, join us Saturday at 9:30 a.m. for your Retirement Highway.
Investment advisory services by individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC.
You're listening to the Annie Frey Show live from the Air Comfort Service Heating and Cooling Studio. In addition to heating and cooling, Air Comfort Service also offers indoor air quality, water heater, and AeroSeal duct sealing services. Get in your comfort zone with aircomfortservice.com.
Bringing you up-to-the-minute traffic like nobody else. Sue Thomas and dependable traffic, driven by Ambassador Midwest Floor Company. The best way to deal with in-home traffic. Experience more at Ambassador Midwest Floor. You're listening to The Annie Frey Show. Follow Annie on Twitter at Annie Frey Show.
What we did here is we preserved essentially the Roe versus Wade protection in Colorado, because fundamentally, Shannon, what we believe is this is not about the government making that decision. It's about women making that decision. And to sort of win this battle, it's about the hearts and minds of women, not the laws of man.
Is there a limit on abortion up through 9 months in Colorado?
It's the same as it has been the last several decades. People face gut-wrenching decisions every day, whether it's rape or incest, often having to choose between the life of the mother or child. For the government to insert itself in that conversation between a doctor and a woman, a faith leader and a woman, is simply wrong. I think we need to approach this a different way. I think there's a lot of common ground around reducing unwanted pregnancies, empowering women and men with birth control, and really generating a culture of responsibility about what it means to be a parent.
Okay, and I will take that as a yes, that there is an option for abortion up to birth.
Good for you, Shannon Bream, for pushing Colorado Governor Jared Police on this issue, because third trimester abortions, people. I got to think that there is a lot of people out there who will call themselves pro-choice who are not in favor of that. And the more that the people on the left freak out about this Roe v. Wade situation and push this egregious third-term abortion, the day of your delivery, you can just cut that baby out and take it out in pieces. That's what they do, and kill that baby if the mother so chooses. It got everybody on the edge of their seat, waiting for what is going to come of this Supreme Court hearing.
It bothers me so much that whenever you press somebody on this, the very first scenario that they go to is the worst case scenario. So you heard him mention it. He said there's just difficult choices people need to make in the cases of rape and incest. Now, why would that be a difficult choice you need to make in the third trimester?
Yeah, you know before then.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there are some very rare instances of, like, I didn't know I was pregnant and I go to the hospital with abdominal pain and there's a baby. That does not happen very much. It's nonsense. And good for Shannon Bream for pushing back on that and talking about it. But it's ridiculous. We are so far on I accuse people on the left of this. I'm sure the left would accuse me of doing the same thing for the right. But this is the extremes right now of if. That picture that Elon Musk tweeted out where whoever created the picture, the stick man is in the same spot on the line, the spectrum of where the right is and where the left is, and just showing in each individual illustration where the moderate center moves and where a person can stay in their same beliefs over the span of 10 to 20 years and just see how the center has moved so far to the left. It leaves people on the right that didn't ever know that they were going to be on the right before. And I think that these indications of full-term abortions and post-birth abortions, are you kidding me? Americans are not okay with this. So if they want to launch themselves off the deep end on the left, I guess go for it. 175 days to the midterms.
Mm-hmm.
Do you still feel like it's going to be red tsunami territory?
I do. I really do. And I think more people are getting to the point where they're just not even angry anymore, but just fed up. Like, just like your attitude right there. You want to do it, go for it. I already know what I'm going to do when it comes November.
Yeah. Especially with a demo. I think a lot of people who might be hard pressed to vote for a Republican understand that a divided government is a slow government, and that the direction that this Democrat control in Congress and in the White House has taken us has not been good for anybody. As nobody's benefiting in this world.
Right.
I mean, even the people who are at the poverty line that are getting handouts from the government, they're still having to buy gas for their car. They're still having to buy groceries for their family. And with prices up astronomically, my husband was in Collinsville today, and unleaded gas in Collinsville, $4.99. $4.99.
I was talking to my parents last night, and they have a trucking company, and they've been telling me how much that has cut into their profit margins. And they don't have the ability, because they're a small company, they don't have the ability to make midstream price changes. So they're just going to have to eat whatever increases there are until they send their prices out next year.
Yeah, it's not going well, President Biden. And I've got a whole list of clips here of him saying things that don't make sense. And I just don't know that makes it any better to play those. Everybody knows it. Everybody sees it. We're in deep right now, and we need to pull ourselves back out. You got 175 days to make sure that we do that in the midterms. Stick around in the 2:00 hour. Ryan Wiggins back in studio with us in just a minute. Don't go away.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
The St. Louis real estate market continues to make headlines for home sellers. Selling's easier, but finding your next home can be tricky. Hey, Mark Cox here. For the best real estate advice, get to know my friend and realtor Gloria Liu with Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. I know everyone knows a realtor. I know several as well, but I only endorse Gloria because of her proven track record. I've seen her systems, I've met her clients, and when it comes to getting you more money, Gloria is the only agent and team I would trust to sell my home. The secret is Gloria already has the buyers. Thousands of buyers who are looking for homes in your area, your price range, and ready to buy today. This is how Gloria creates higher demand, multiple offers, and the most money for you. So take it from me. Call Gloria today at 314-325-6888. That's 314-325-6888, or visit GloriaHasTheBuyers.com. Mark Cox here. Join me, Annie Frey, and Mark Reardon, along with Thomas Helbig of the Retirement Advisory Group for the next Protecting Your Retirement educational event, Tuesday, May 24th at the Frontenac Hilton at 6:30. There's limited seating, so go online at retirementkey.com. Here's Thomas with more.
Are you nearing retirement or already retired and concerned how all the market volatility is hurting your retirement accounts? Did you know there are financial tools that allow you to participate in the market growth and still protect you from any losses? Did you also know if you're 59 and a half or older, you can now roll over your 401k tax-free to protect your nest egg from market losses and still generate more income than most investment options? You'll get all the answers and more. If you're 59 and a half or older, you don't want to miss this event.
Protect your retirement nest egg and join the official financial advisor of my show, Thomas Helbig, Tuesday, May 24th at the Frontenac Hilton at 6:30. Call 314-993-9494 or online at retirementkey.com. That's retirementkey.com.
KFTK FM Florissant, driven by the Bomarito Automotive Group, 97.1 FM Talk.
Odyssey station.
Evil will not win. Lisa Brady, Fox News. That message from the president to a community in mourning.
President Biden calling white supremacy a poison that has no place in America, speaking in Buffalo following a gunman targeting black shoppers at Tops grocery store, killing 10 people.
We have to refuse to live in a country where black people going about a weekly grocery shopping can be gunned down by weapons of war deployed in a racist cause.
The president telling the families of those killed and first responders America will not be distorted by a hateful minority.
Fox's Kristen Goodwin, the 18-year-old suspect, is due back in court Thursday. Charges just announced in a California church shooting that left 1 dead and 5 others injured Sunday. 68-year-old David Chow is suspected of being driven by a hatred of Taiwanese people. He is now charged with first-degree murder, attempted murder, possession of destructive devices, and facing an enhancement for lying in wait. Investigators say he had chained the doors to the church and had bags of firebombs. Police in Dallas name the suspect in what prosecutors say was a targeted attack on Asian Americans.
Court records show 37-year-old Jeremy Smith is booked into the Dallas County Jail on 3 counts of assault with a deadly weapon, who's accused of entering the Hair World Salon in Dallas's Koreatown Wednesday, shooting and injuring 3 women who described a black male fleeing in a maroon-colored minivan and who investigators believe is tied to 2 other recent shootings in Dallas, targeting the city's Asian businesses.
Fox's Jeff Manasso. The FBI has opened a federal hate crime investigation. An arrest warrant affidavit says Smith's girlfriend told police he'd been admitted to health facilities because he was having delusions about Asian Americans. America is listening to Fox News.
Hello, this is Joe Cordell. Cordell & Cordell is a firm that practices family law exclusively. We focus on only one area of the law to maximize our strength and effectiveness as advocates for clients that have everything on the line: their homes, retirement, savings, and most importantly, their children. We're the partner our clients count on. If we can be of help to you, give us a call.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements. 600 Kelwood Parkway, Suite 310, Town & Country, Missouri, 63017. CordellCordell.com.
Every 3 seconds, there's a new victim of identity theft. A criminal could be applying for loans in your name or even selling your personal info on the dark web. Protecting your identity can be easy with LifeLock by Norton. LifeLock monitors your info and alerts you to potential identity threats. No one can prevent all identity theft or monitor all transactions at all businesses, but with LifeLock, it's easy to help protect yourself. Save up to 25% off your first year at LifeLock.com with promo code NEWS.
Air Comfort Service Heating and Cooling weather with Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
Partly sunny skies with us on this Tuesday afternoon, but expect some increase in clouds as we go through the afternoon hours. Maybe a shower late. Think a dry day. 82 for the high. Tonight, scattered showers and thunderstorms. A couple of the storms could be strong, even severe, late tonight. 62. Wednesday, scattered showers and thunderstorms in the morning, then partly sunny Wednesday afternoon at 85. This is 97.1 FM Talk. Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
It's happening right here, right now.
You know, we have no plan. They have no plan to bring down energy prices today.
Can you regulate speech on the internet without violating free speech?
You don't have to regulate speech. You can regulate misinformation.
Right here, right now.
The average number of Dropbox visits was 38. We're able to match the Dropbox pings with the video, and you see it for yourself.
Just 16% say the country's headed in the right direction.
97.1 FM Talk.
What a great time of year to eat on the patio at Andrea's Restaurant in O'Fallon, Illinois. This is Ryan Wiggins. I talk about the experience of Andrea's Restaurant quite a bit. That's because when you walk in the door, you are transported to an era that no longer exists. I can't tell you exactly when that is because they're not trying to create some kitschy period piece. It's just when you walk in, it's that old style jazz glamour that just can't be replicated now. But this time of year, you can also do the patio seating, and it's not just indoors that has that feel. It is like a little house in a cove by itself in O'Fallon, Illinois. That if you've never been there, it's hard to describe. But when you leave the main road, you know you're entering something different just by being on the property at Andrea's. So it's all of that together, of course, with the best steaks you'll ever eat. This is internationally famous steak sauce that I talk about all the time, Andrea's steak sauce, and their salad dressing is great too. You can pick up a bottle of each one of those while you're there, or at Straub's, Schnucks, Dierberg's here in town. But definitely give the restaurant a try if you've never been there, if it's been a while. Andreas.com.
The Fed has raised rates.
But there's still time to put extra cash in your pocket with a cash out refinance from Golden Oak Lending.
I'm James Hawkins, president of Golden Oak. With home values at all-time highs and our low rates, you can pull more cash out of your home.
Call 314-567-GOLD today, while Golden Oak still has millions of dollars available.
Golden Oak Lending, short my blues.
NMLS 114937.
Introducing EarLens, a new approach to the treatment of hearing loss that uses a tiny custom-fit lens to gently vibrate the eardrum without surgery. That means EarLens gives you 2.5 times the audible bandwidth of traditional hearing aids for dramatically better speech understanding. EarLens may result in improved hearing, even in noisy listening situations. To learn more, go to earlens.com today. That's EARLENS.com and register for a free virtual consultation. That's earlens.com.
Wealth-changing question. Is your advisor giving you incomplete advice? Besides investing, there's also taxes, insurance, estate planning, and other elements that can be stressful to organize. At Creative Planning, we provide all the expertise, all the advice you need, all in-house, ensuring all aspects of your wealth are working harder together, so you can enjoy your wealth instead of worrying about it. Book your free meeting today at creativeplanning.com. Creative Planning, a richer way to wealth.
Welcome to Total Wine and More. I'm on cooler duty this weekend. Fill it up with seltzers and canned cocktails. Oh, wow, great prices. Find what you love what you find. At Total Wine and More. Drink responsibly, B21.
Tony La Russa here. Has your loss of energy and weight gain thrown you a curveball in your relationship? If so, go see my friends over at Victory Men's Health. Discreet first-class professionals will help you hit those curves out of the park. VictoryMen'sHealth.com. That's VictoryMen'sHealth.com.
There's a music station that fits your taste at Odyssey.com. Download the app for instant access to hundreds of music stations and listen live to 97.1 FM Talk. The Odyssey app. Download it or stream from 971talk.com. This hour of the Annie Frey Show is sponsored by The Loading Dock. River views, outdoor dining, live music, and overnight accommodations. The Loading Dock on the river in Grafton, Illinois.
That is exactly what I needed to hear.
Thank God someone here knows what they're talking about.
That's us. That's right. Gotta love this American ride.
All right, you need to take the time and get the full picture.
Come on, turn the radio on. It's Saturday and I won't be long.
Don't get me wrong. I love the ladies. I mean, they rev my engine, but they don't belong in the newsroom. It is Anchor Man, not Anchor Lady.
What do you want from me? I'm not America's sweetheart.
Goodness sake, kid. Keep your voice down. Your father's listening to the radio.
I'm not America's sweetheart.
This is the Annie Frey Show.
Ryan just walks out of the studio. It's like he quit.
Walking is being polite. He
Sauntered.
scampered.
Yeah, nobody was even saying anything.
Nope, he just ran away.
You came back? I don't know if we want you back in here now.
Did you run to the mic?
Come on. Scampered is something that somebody under 5 foot does.
Okay.
Wait,
you scampered out of here.
I did not. I'm 5 foot
He's at
9.5.
Oh, come on.
I am.
Five,
I'm the average human height. Did you know
you're
that?
like, I was just suspecting like 5'3", 5'4".
You said the
Human
average
male.
I was
Human
going to say
male.
you said the average human height. It's like
Human
you male. Understand that includes women too, right?
No, it's the average male height in America.
What about the extraterrestrials? How tall were they?
Oh, they were under 3 foot. For sure. But there were a lot of them.
But when they stack.
So when they stand on each other's shoulders and they wear a custodian outfit, you wouldn't even know.
The custodians are going, hey,
guys, hey, wait a minute.
What?
That custodian's really stumbling around. Why is that? Is that two aliens standing on top of each other? Or is that a real custodian? All I don't know. I just saw him from the back.
Two things: custodians and celebrities.
I'd rather be a custodian.
Not me. I want Bezos kind of money.
If you were famous for something, what would it be? Not like what's the most applicable to your life. If you could be famous for any skill, anything whatsoever, what would you want to make it big in?
I would want somebody to say that. I would want to be just walking along in a park and some talent scout go, that man has the most beautiful head of hair I've ever seen in my
You
life.
don't have any hair.
That's what I'm saying. If I could be anything, that's what it would be.
You want hair?
I want beautiful locks.
Like who?
The cover of romance novel
Like-
type locks.
Yes.
Like Brad's hair?
No, not like Brad's hair. Like Fabio hair. Like I don't need to
Long.
be wearing a shirt. I do need to
This
be wearing
is a
pants.
recurring theme. Yes.
No shirt.
Yeah.
This is a recurring theme in discussions that you bring up.
The hair.
You go there.
Yeah, I want to have beautiful hair.
Ryan,
I don't care if somebody's like, man, that looks like a girl's hair. I don't care. As long as it's beautiful.
You should try to get a wig with just long.
He has
flowing
wigs.
I
hair.
have tons of
And
them.
just wear it around today and try it out. See how you like it.
I think people would know. I just have a feeling that people around the office would know it was.
You know,
a
my
wig.
sister went to school for movie makeup. I bet we could make it look real.
Walrus King on YouTube says Harrison Bader hair. He's got great hair.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
want it to flow a little bit more. I want it to look like I'm a medieval pirate.
Have you seen
who's
Harrison-
washed well?
Who's washed?
It's a very specific person.
It's not Harrison Bader. That's not what I'm looking
Have
for.
you seen his hair flow whenever he runs?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
I
the
have.
wind.
It's a little bit too much of a carpet.
They
I'm
call
looking
it-
for a little bit more wispy. Like when the
Harrison
wind
Bader has
blows.
great hair.
Yeah, they literally call it the flow.
Yeah, I know.
Brad knows
and-
a lot about Harrison Bader and his hair.
Yeah, one of my friend's moms is a huge Harrison Bader fan. She loves watching his hair and belly slides.
And first slides, belly slides, you call whatever you want. Not here to judge.
Doesn't matter. What
That's
is
what
that?
she
What
said.
you would be famous for? Is belly slides?
Baseball. No, I would be
Just baseball.
hockey. I'd want to be a famous hockey player. Like
Do you play hockey?
floor hockey. I can't skate, so
Floor
would-
hockey, is that running around?
it's like on a gym floor.
Did you guys ever play hand hockey? Where you have to play on your knees?
Yes,
That's
but
fun.
we actually played with spatulas instead.
What are you guys talking about?
That's just stuff boys do
Hey,
when you're
it's
11 or
clearly-
12.
Ping pong
It's-
balls in the living room
Oh, yeah.
with a spatula. and just-
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we're not. I'm glad that you tracked with me there
Oh, yeah.
because
I
that
was
sounded
waiting
like
for
a
it-
real sport.
I was waiting
It
for it
is
to
not.
devolve.
No,
Yeah.
it is something you do in your living room with
Yeah.
your brother or whatever.
and it's a blast.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, what would you be famous for, Annie? A radio show? Cool.
Beautiful flowing hair. On the hockey, on the ice.
Man, I know that I shouldn't walk through the park like this every day, but every day I come down here, I see someone else that's so
I
amazingly
promise
beautiful.
you that if you put a wig on and you walk through that park right out there on that beautiful sunlight and shaded at the same time path, that you would get noticed.
Oh, I'm sure I would. I don't know if it'd be by any talent scouts, but I'd be noticed.
They might say they're talent scouts. They might make you some offers.
Yeah. Hey, I want to sell you something. Is it a 5-picture deal? No, but I do want to sell it to you. Okay, I'll buy it. Wait, how am I spending money now? I thought I was getting signed to
I
something.
was just saying, you have really weird fantasies, and I'm not entirely surprised. Your fantasy involves
Me wearing-
getting haggled in a strange park wearing a wig. No shirt, but yes, pants.
If you could
I don't want to make it weird.
If you could do anything in the world, what would you do, Ryan? I would put on a wig, no shirt, walk around a downtown
This
St.
is
Louis
your
park,
dream. No one's here
and
to.
have somebody sell me something. I don't know what, but whatever it is, I'd haggle it down a little bit. I'd be living the dream, man.
This is weird.
No kidding, man.
You guys want to talk about my Twitter?
Yeah, I do.
Are you prepared? This could be
Yeah,
where
I
you get
am.
noticed.
Hopefully, if I don't get noticed for this,
I don't know. Every once in a while, people clap back at me on Twitter. It's fine. That's what Twitter is. I mute many people, but if it's the only way you get muted is if it's clear that you're just trying to ruin my day, and that you're not actually like trying to discuss ideas. I just don't have. It's not that I'm hurt by it. I just don't have time for it because I like to. If you follow me at Annie Frey Show on Twitter. I mean, you guys have seen this from time to time.
Mhm.
Like, I like to respond to people, and I don't have you've got to have 2,000 followers for me to. I actually prefer to respond to individuals who I think are real. and invested, even if they're on the opposite side of the aisle. I appreciate that. I like having that conversation. I had one today. I don't really feel like it was productive. So Brad and Ryan are going to do a dramatic reading of this. I guess I will read first. I will first read the initial tweet. Do we have this clip?
The one from the press secretary yesterday?
I think we do, don't we?
Yes.
Is it 14 or 15?
It is
14.
I believe it's 14.
Okay, so this is what the original tweet was about.
How does raising taxes on corporations lower the cost of gas, the cost of a used car, the cost of food for everyday Americans?
So look, I think we encourage those who have done very well, right? Especially those who care about climate change, to support a fair tax code that doesn't charge manufacturers, workers, cops, builders a higher percentage of their earnings, that the most fortunate people in our nation, and not let that stand in the way of reducing energy costs and fighting this existential problem, if you think about that as an example.
So this was Karine Jean-Pierre. That's how I said that's right, isn't it? This was her response to a Ducey question, but this was like the second half. He asks the question and she comes back and is like, are you talking about a specific tweet? And he then reads the same thing that he had said before. And while he is repeating himself, she flips to a place in the binder and she read that whole thing.
Yeah, she's just reading.
But the response originally was a nothing burger. And I said this, I'm going to see if
even that part of the response was nothing, though. I mean, it was.
Yes, it's not about the issue at hand. Paul, who is what I would call, Paul, if I'm wrong, you can correct me, a lefty who interacts with our show on Twitter and our YouTube channel, like that he's there, said, I found Miss Jean-Pierre to be soft-spoken, sincere, and well-prepared. Was she a little nervous? I would think so. Her style is her own, and it will be interesting to see how she develops over time. My response to that is, I was never more terrified than anything in my entire life than when I did my show for the first time. And when I watched her doing that, I thought about Jen Psaki having turned her baby over to this person who you can tell they care about each other. They're friends. I'm sure they've been through a lot together, and she wants it to go well. It's going to be nerve-wracking the first time. And so I retweeted that clip. Ryan is going to read the part of Annie in his best Annie Frey impersonation. And Brad is going to read the part of the troll, whose name I don't remember and don't care about. We don't need to highlight that. So I just retweeted the clip of this. Somebody was calling out how bad the answer was.
And she said, I can only imagine what it was like for Psaki. No way, I'm going to start this over. I'm going to try to do it in your voice.
That wasn't it?
I can only imagine what it was like for Psaki to watch this unfold.
Why does that bother you so much?
Oh, you're Southern too.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Only one post something this stupid. Must be jealous, eh? I remember during the Trump administration, his press secs never answered anything truthfully.
You sound like who'd you sound like?
I don't know.
I'm gonna go back and listen to that again until I think of it.
Okay. Then Annie says, I am not jealous. She is successful. So am I.
Okay. You can say whatever to yourself, you make yourself feel better, but clearly your post is a sign of being jelly. IDK how someone can claim themselves successful.
I don't even feel better. I'm feeling fine just to begin with. I'd respond to that last sentence you wrote, but I don't know what it means.
Here's a little fact. Truly, you're only successful.
Our voices are too similar.
Because you're a blonde woman pushing conservative views. If Trump never existed, you'd probably be nobody on the radio. My own gif. Boom.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not jealous. She is successful. So am I. That's my favorite.
It was really hard to distinguish it was you talking or me, right?
I know that. It was probably hard to distinguish between me and Brad.
What do you do when the point of what I was saying was lost on this individual, of course, but that's okay. When he goes to the part where my hair color, thanks for calling me blonde. I'm actually gray, naturally. Saying that I'm blonde and conservative, I guess makes it easy for me to have a conservative talk radio show. And to suggest that any sort of criticism of somebody else immediately implies jealousy. I mean, what is his goal there strictly to try to ruin my day and hurt my feelings? Or is he trying to make a point?
I think he probably gets a thrill, he or she, I don't know if it's a he or she, gets a thrill out of just fighting. I don't really get the sense that there's a lot of substance in this. But there are a lot of people that do really get a thrill out of, going after blue checks.
I think this person wanted to go and tell all their friends how they owned a conservative on the Twitters.
Well, he did because he put the Obama gif dropping the mic and boomed himself.
You can't mic drop your own.
I think he probably booms himself a lot. Gifs on Twitter.
Mm-hmm. That's what you meant.
It is.
Mm-hmm. That's what you do when you got a lot of time.
You tweet a lot.
You tweet a lot. And you make fun of the way people look. I don't know. These are easy to sort of take apart because they are weak arguments. I think it's
not even an argument.
Yeah, they're not arguments.
There's no argument here.
No, that's what I mean. I mean, it's just like these are people that are trying to prove a point, but in doing so are really kind of proving the opposite point.
I think he's made a great point here, though, and that it's that my success comes from my hair, and your aspiration.
Mine comes purely from talent.
I asked you. That's how good he is. We've established earlier in this segment that what you would be known for if you could change anything would be a beautiful head of hair, and that's how you would equate great success for you. And you agree with Twitter troll.
I do. I'm on his side in this one.
Is this you?
I should have read him. Yeah, I should have read him and not
you?
read. No, that one's not me, but I love the sentiment. Here's what I think I'm going to do. I'm going to start growing my beard out because I can grow a decent beard.
Just like,
and yeah, exactly.
I knew you
I'm going to grow it out long enough,
split it in the middle,
that I can push it up and do a huge comb over. But it's not just a comb over. That's
a comb up and over.
Yeah, it's like a comb up. This is a big flock of seagulls wave that would have to sit on top of my head. I think it would be possibly beautiful enough to get me signed to a 5-picture deal.
You have to pay a lot of money for. There are a lot of people right now who sign you for the potential to endorse some sort of shampoo product if you'll just pay them $1,000 to let them give you 5 headshots of yourself.
Here's the question.
This already exists. I think we can make your dream happen.
Would I
probably by the end of the show?
If I was doing that, would I be able to wash it normally, or would I have to use like beard product on the top part?
No, you would use a voluminous women's shampoo.
Yeah.
To lift. With women, it's always about lifting, folks. To lift and apply.
Place.
Yeah, you need. Yeah. You would need mousse.
And people would be like, maybe he's born with it, and I'd be like, nope.
It was almost plagiarism there for a second, but you took a turn. Bill on YouTube says, "Unleash that beard, Wiggins."
Done. Bill.
Make it happen. Ooh, and Bill has a beard.
He does.
Do you see this beard on Bill? Look at the beard on Bill.
Wow, Bill, that's a big bad beard you got there, Bill. Good job.
You must be really successful.
Yeah.
Look at his hair.
He's got to be in the movies. Good job, Bill.
He is on YouTube right now on
Big
the
bad
moving
Bill.
screen. My goodness. All right, let's take a quick break. More Eddie Frey Show in a minute. Have you voted on the YouTube live chat poll? Do you believe life exists outside of planet Earth? Yes or no? We want your votes on the live chat. We'll be back in a minute. Don't go away.
With the world and those who lead it, we just feel like we don't have the means.
You're listening to The Annie Frey Show. Find the podcast, on-demand audio, and more at 971talk.com/Annie.
We keep on waiting on the world to change. It's hard to be consistent.
97.1 FM Talk. Uncensored discussion that's free in more ways than one. This is where St. Louis comes to talk. 97.1 FM Talk. Right here, right now.
Jen Teskey at Remax Alliance, man, we had her on the show the other day. She is so fun and she is so good at what she does. If you're looking to list your home in Illinois and you're looking for the best, may I recommend Remax Alliance's Jen Teskey. Here's how you get a hold of her. You can call her, you can text her right now and just say, thinking about selling my home, what can you do? 618-541-1010. That's 618-541-1010. She is dedicated to helping clients find the home of their dreams and also sell their home so that they can move into their home of their dreams. And she is fantastic at it with a full staff to help make sure that there is no stone left unturned in giving you the most successful sell of your house. Very familiar with the area on the Illinois side of the river, specifically the Troy and Collinsville area, as well as Maryville, Glen Carbon, and Edwardsville. If you're looking to sell, you need to get in contact with Jen Teskey. If you're looking to sell, you think within the next year, get in contact with Jen Teskey at Remax Alliance. Call or text 618-541-1010. That's 618-541-1010.
The NBA playoffs are heating up. Unlock every angle with coverage from the BetQL network. Find out which teams could cause an upset, get the latest injury updates, and find out where the money line is moving with daily coverage from the Daily Tip. Go deeper into each series with BetQL Daily and You Better You Bet. And get live reactions to the biggest playoff moments with BetMGM tonight. Get started with the Odyssey app or find us on Twitch.
Frederick Roofing, wherever you live, from Chesterfield to Crestwood, from Tenac to Ferguson, Limit to Ladue, Town and Country and more. Warson Woods to Winsville, the one you know. Frederick Roofing, wherever you go. For a hole in your roof, for a whole new roof. Frederick Roofing.
314-645-2000. Aren't you tired of hearing ads that say they're the best, they're the experts, blah, 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 just one unsubstantiated claim after another? Well, here are two substantiated claims that actually mean something if you need roof repair or a new roof. With a family-owned business tradition of over 80 years and 80,000 satisfied customers, you can depend on Frederick Roofing, residential or commercial.
For a hole in your roof or a whole new roof. Frederick Roofing. Frederick Roofing, 645-2000. I'm back to doing what I love and more. Thanks to the Good Feet Store.
Hi, this is Arnold, owner of the Good Feet Store. Have you been suffering with foot pain, knee pain, low back pain, or plantar fasciitis? You may be thinking there's no way that something as simple as the Good Feet Store can help you.
My feet would just ache, my back, my ankles. I finally said, I'm going to do this. And I'll be darned if it didn't work. I feel a million times better than I ever did.
No shots, no surgery, no medication.
Call 314-317-9494 or visit one of our two locations on Olive, Catty Corner from TGI Fridays, or in Shiloh, Illinois, across from Dearborn.
Thanks to the Good Feet Store.
Individual results may vary. Consult your physician for medical conditions. Visit the website goodfeetstlewis.com. Good Feet arch supports fit in all your own shoes. Come to the Good Feet Store for a free test walk today. You can try it before you buy it.
Updating your home with James Hardie siding has never been more popular. With all of the options available, you need a partner to maximize your investment. The rising prices on vinyl siding has made Hardie siding a great alternative. Siding Express is ready to refresh the appearance of your home or totally transform the look by installing Hardie Shake, board and batten, lap siding, or a stone accent to make it your dream home again. Siding Express is an elite preferred James Hardie contractor. Need ideas? Go to sidingexpress.com and schedule a free, no-obligation consultation today.
It's time for an $89 AC tune-up.
I'm through with standing in line. The clubs I'll never get in. It's like the bottom of the ninth, and I'm never gonna win this. Life hasn't turned out quite the way I want it to be. Tell me what you want. I want a brand new house on an episode of Cribs, and a bathroom I can play baseball in, and a king-size tub big enough for 10 plus me. For what you need. I'll need a credit card that's got no limit, and a big black chair with a bedroom in it.
Welcome back to the Annie Frey Show. How apropos. How much, on a scale of 0 to 10, Ryan, have you followed the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial?
2.
So not
0.
Not 0. Brad?
I'm going to say it's probably a 1. Do memes count? Because I've been following memes.
Yeah.
All right.
I think so.
1 or 2.
I was reading this article the other day, and it was last night, and I laughed out loud in bed, almost woke Jared up to tell him this, but it would have been like a sin to do this because it's so stupid. Why Johnny Depp won't look at Amber Heard in the eye at trial.
Insider knowledge.
You watch these people, you see what you've seen, and if you're a 2 or a 1 on that scale, then you've seen something. And it's not like you need this trial to go, you know what? Johnny Depp and Amber Heard are just living a different kind of life than I am.
Yeah, I think we can gather that.
But you're like watching this trial. It's the most reality that reality TV has had in a very long time, just because it's an actual trial. But the details, you're going, what's it like to be you? You see the stuff that they're talking about and the stories that are coming out in the trial. And it's just like, I really am happy with being average. Like, I have never aspired to be more average than I have watching the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial. So I'm going to read to you from this Yahoo article. Amber Heard sparred with Johnny Depp's lawyer as cross-examination got underway Monday afternoon. The 36-year-old actress seemed especially bothered when the topic of her $7 million divorce settlement was brought up, which was never donated in full to charity as promised. Heard was also grilled about not seeking medical treatment after Depp's numerous alleged attacks. So in this article, I discovered that they had a divorce settlement. She got $7 million out of their divorce settlement. And she went on, I think it might have been Ellen's show or some daytime talk show. And she's like, I don't want any of his money. I'm donating it all to, I think it was like the ACLU was one of them. And I don't know the other ones.
I've never heard a bit of this. I love it.
And she didn't donate any of it.
I love it. I love this. I love this.
Depp's attorney, Camille Vasquez, kicked things off by asking her, Mr. Depp hasn't looked at you once this entire trial, has he?
The jury goes, oh my gosh, I feel so bad for her. Give her another $7 million.
The Aquaman star replied, not that I've noticed. No. Vasquez said, you've looked at him, though, many times, haven't you? Heard responded, yes, I have. Vasquez asked, you know exactly why Mr. Depp won't look back at you, don't you? He promised you would never see his eyes again. Isn't that true?
What?
This is a court case. And
You'll never see my eyes again?
You'll never see my eyes. Depp promised Heard, you'll never see my eyes again. This is a really bad script.
That's what the accusation has been from her.
In July 2016, 2 months after Heard filed for a temporary restraining order, she arranged to meet with Depp in San Francisco. The pair's former agent, where love and drugs flourish. The pair's former agent testified at trial it was because the actress wanted to get back together with Depp, something she denied earlier on Monday. Quote, I wanted to minimize the animosity. I wanted to reconcile in that way. I didn't want to get back together with him. An audio recording from the meeting was played to the jury in which Depp tells Heard from then on, quote, we won't have to see each other again. You will not see my eyes again.
Oh, wow.
That audio.
These guys.
Why do they have audio?
Why are they recording each other? I guess for this.
Vasquez said to Heard, he kept that promise, hasn't he? Heard replied, as far as I know, he cannot look at me. Vasquez said, he won't look at you, right, Miss Heard? Heard shot back, he can't.
You would have been amazing.
What is this
if Johnny Depp had stood up right then and just stared at her and was just like, look at me. Look at me.
Hey, you.
Hey, right here.
Boop. And then the article says the tension didn't ease from there. Heard was shown photos from multiple events from 2014 to 2015 in which she appears uninjured hours or days after alleged violent incidents with Depp. After the 2014 Met Gala, Heard testified that Depp hit her so hard she thought she broke her nose. Heard did not seek medical treatment and went to Spike TV's Don Rickles One Night Only event the following night with Johnny Depp. Guys, we're all laughing. We're all laughing. I think Johnny Depp is laughing.
There's a big fight. Like, you still want to go to the Don Rickles thing?
It's Don Rickles.
Yeah, it's Don Rickles.
Come on.
Spike TV going to be there? Yeah. Okay.
One night only.
We got to be there. Don Rickles. He's so funny.
When asked if she sought medical treatment after what she alleges was a 3-day hostage situation in Australia in May 2015, Heard replied, "I did not seek medical treatment after Australia. No." I mean, these are real people. This is a real trial for a lot of money.
What's on the line again? What are they suing each other for?
He sued her for $50 million for defamation. And she said, "That's fine. I'm suing you for 100."
That's right. That's a lot of money.
And then they said, "I'm telling mom." I mean, it's the stupidest thing ever. And you watch it and I can't look away because this time I can't imagine. I mean, I would, if I were in that courtroom and that dialogue was going, "He can't look at you, can he?" I'd be like,
he should have known that was coming
real.
and had those flip-up sunglasses.
That's his lawyer.
And should just went like, flip the sunglasses up right then. Looky, right here. These people, they look, it's so weird to me. Tell me if I'm off here. When you watch these people, because they're still on TV. It's not as if, we're watching them and meeting them in real life. They're still on TV. They're still probably okay lighting. People are making them look good.
They're beautiful people.
But they're still
not like us radio folks.
Yes,
on
they're
YouTube.
they still look like they're just different caliber of looking people.
Yeah.
Even though they're in their average state.
The Illuminati stuff.
You're like, that, you look like a movie star. And if I've ever seen up close people that look like that, you're like, yeah, you are like some sort of different type of person.
Mhm.
I don't know what you are, but you're something
A genetic
else.
marvel.
Yeah.
More from the Yahoo thing on the money.
Okay.
Depp agreed to pay Heard $7 million when they settled their divorce in 2016. The money came in installments, but was fully paid in February of 2018.
Mm-hmm.
The court was shown a clip of Heard on a talk show in October of 2018. So this is after the money was paid in full, saying she donated the entire settlement to the ACLU and Children's Hospital of Los Angeles because she, quote, wanted nothing from her ex-husband.
Yep. The
Heard-
Children's Hospital of Los Angeles.
Heard admitted under oath, "I have not been able to fulfill those obligations yet."
She's still planning on it, you guys. This is unfair what we're doing to her right now.
It's fair. Earlier on Monday, Heard said during direct examination she was unable to fulfill her pledge of $3.5 million to each charity, quote, "because Johnny sued me for $50 million. However, Vasquez noted that Heard had the full settlement for 13 months before she was sued by Depp over her 2018 op-ed in the Washington Post. Vasquez suggested that Heard, quote, wanted Mr. Depp's money and that she only vowed to donate for good press. Vasquez said to her, "You wanted to be seen as a noble victim of domestic violence." Heard fired back, "I have never wanted to be seen as a victim, nor have I ever called myself one." And then Vasquez said Heard lied under oath in the UK trial as she testified, quote, "The entirety of my divorce settlement was donated to charity." This prompted a back and forth about the difference between the words pledge and donation. As Heard said, she pledged the money to charity, which she still intends to fulfill. Heard testified, quote, "I use pledge and donation synonymously." Well, that's easy. That's convenient. Good for you. These people are fools. It's like the uncovering of fake news right there in front of our eyes. And you know that this type of stuff, like the ruse of these people and their lives and their existence, they're real human people living real human experiences, making believe for everybody who's around them all the time. And yes, the massive copious amounts of money that they talk about, like when I think about money, I think in terms of like $20 bills. Like if I'm what does Johnny Depp think of in the term of money?
I wonder if these people think about money.
Do they even touch their
Like,
money?
do
Do
they
they
even
just
understand
do
money
they
at
want and the thing they want
Yeah.
appears?
Yeah.
Do they even know what things cost?
Yeah, because they can, and when you talk about Johnny Depp, Amber Heard's not quite in this category, although because she hasn't been around as long. She's been in big movies, but Johnny Depp is among that class of movie star who's world renowned. Everybody knows who he is.
It's top tier.
And there
A-list.
really aren't a lot of Johnny Depps. There's maybe a dozen to 24 people in that category of celebrity in the world. And maybe in music, there's another dozen, and TV, there's not, whatever. But there's not that many of them. He can get money doing anything he wants. You can say, "I'll show up at your club on Thursday night."
Beyonce was doing concerts for like Asian dignitaries,
Yeah.
and like we're talking 7 figures of payments just to show up and do one party.
Yeah. And obviously, they want to do movies. They want to do big stuff because that's good for their career. It keeps them in that category that they've attained. But if they need money, they don't have to worry about money. You can get money doing anything you want. So I doubt that they think about it in the same way that you or I or most of the world thinks about money.
I think that gets you in the same position that Will Smith is in. You don't understand consequences, real world consequences. And for him to go up and slap Chris Rock on the stage, he didn't even experience real world consequences.
That's true.
He's in front of the Taj Mahal meditating right now, and everyone's like, "Oh, I'm here for it." Shut up.
No, that's very true. Because when you get to that level of fame, everybody around you, unless they're also at that level of fame, which is why those people become friends, they have something to gain by being around you. Even if you're Amber Heard, you have something to gain by being around Johnny Depp because he's in a higher classification than she is.
He has said that in the trial, that her like basically said that she got her role in Aquaman because she was with him.
Makes sense.
Vasquez replied to the pledge and donation using that synonymously. I don't, before noting how most of the money that has been donated to the ACLU and the Children's Hospital of Los Angeles in Heard's name is not from the actress, but rather, can you guess? Elon Musk.
Of course.
I believe Elon made a donation in my honor in one of those years, Heard confirmed. Earlier on Monday, Heard testified that Musk donated $500,000 to each charity in my honor. Quote, Elon, who was my boyfriend at the time, had his own charitable contributions that he made. Heard connected with Musk at the 2016 Met Gala weeks before filing for divorce. And apparently Johnny Depp stood her up at that event, and Amber Heard managed to locate Elon Musk.
It wasn't a Don Rickles event. Johnny Depp shows up for the Don Rickles events.
After breaking your nose and not going to the hospital. It's just bizarre. Like reading these stories, it's like I don't care, but I can't turn away from some of it.
I mean, it is. We're talking about the people that they're almost beyond reproach. So watching them go through this stuff is interesting.
How could they possibly weigh in on political decisions that need to be made that affect your life and my life and Brad's life and the person sitting at their cubicle right now or in their kitchen or in their car? They know nothing.
No, when you're at that level, you're
anything.
insulated from it completely.
And so you go out and you support causes, political causes and candidates. You have no idea.
Yeah.
Maybe you did it one time.
That's true. Because you had to work your way up.
Mm-hmm.
You were an average person at some point, probably in your life, unless you're born into like a family name like a Clooney or something. But for the most part, most people have had to attain that. So they had a period where they did know, and now they probably don't.
And the total separation from reality is the only thing that explains jet setting in private planes for climate change conferences, where you get to have a clip go out in the Hollywood Reporter or on TMZ that talks about how Leonardo DiCaprio is out fighting for the environment. Those details about how he got there and the lifestyle he's leading around that trip don't matter because it becomes a subsidy to his persona, the value of his resume that maybe gets him the next movie deal. And then the rest of us average people sitting in the middle of the country going, we don't care.
Yeah. I mean, you have people
Good for
treat
you.
you differently for long enough, even just for a few years, it starts to affect you.
Mm-hmm.
And so these people who have been celebrities for a long time, yeah, they're living in a different world for sure.
Man. Well, I pledge to give Ryan Wiggins $1 million raise.
I appreciate that. And that is on the air. That is a matter of record now. And I will be taking you to court for it.
Think it'll get as much attention as this case?
Maybe in St. Louis.
We could make it.
Yeah.
We can work it up. We'll get their writers. Heck, we can get better writers than that. You can write the thing.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a quick break. When we come back, Hannah's coming in the studio. We're going to talk about the YouTube live chat poll. Do you believe life exists outside of planet Earth? Brad and I answered this question early in the show. We will answer it again here on the other side of this break. Don't know what Ryan thinks, and I wonder what Hannah thinks, and I wonder what you think. So hurry up. Hop over to the Annie Frey YouTube channel and vote in that poll. Leave us a comment as to why you believe the way it is and say hi. Thumbs up the video. We'll be back in just a minute. Don't go away.
This is the Annie Frey Show. Follow Annie on Twitter @Annie Frey Show.
the bleached blonde hair, and well,
The Mark Reardon Show.
Mark McGuire stuck an elbow in Tony's rib after Albert hit a home run off the closer in spring training, and he said, if you don't take this kid with us, it's the biggest mistake you've ever made.
Weekdays from 3 to 6 on 97.1 FM Talk.
Michael's Flooring Outlet, the home of your Mohawk Smart Strand carpeting, your beautiful luxury vinyl plank flooring, hardwood flooring, whatever you were looking for, Michael's Flooring Outlet absolutely has great options for you. When they surround those quality options with the very best customer sales staff in the business. It's nice to be able to shop at Michael's Flooring Outlet and know that you are shopping at your neighbor's business, a locally grown, homegrown St. Louis family operated business here in St. Louis, and they're putting new flooring in on both sides of the river every day, all day. It's a really exciting thing to participate in. Shopping local. Michael's Flooring Outlet is a great way to do that. They have all of these different options for you. They work with residential needs and commercial needs as well. And you can visit them online, of course, at igotfloored.com, but they have 3 locations that you can visit in store and experience the quality and the value and the great customer sales help that you need to make a good purchase in St. Charles County and West County, also in Darien Prairie. Shop them right now online at igotfloored.com.
If you filed a tax extension in April, don't wait until it's too late to handle your tax issues. Hi, this is Lance Drury with the Drury Law Firm. Every year, thousands of Missourians file extensions when their taxes are due in April. But what people don't know is the extension only moves your deadline to file your return, not to pay your taxes. So if you didn't pay anything back in April, you could now owe taxes plus interest plus penalties. You think you bought yourself time, but really you've just added to the total bill. If this sounds like you, call the Lance Drury Law Firm today. I am a local tax attorney with an A+ BBB rating, and I will meet with you right away to help handle your tax problems quickly. The deadline to file your return after an extension has already passed, so call the Lance Drury Law Firm now before it's too late. Remember, if you have IRS issues, you have legal issues. Call Attorney Lance Drury, 314-260-6120, or go to Lance, DRURY law.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Hi, this is Curtis Barks. I am the owner of Complete Auto Body and Repair, here to tell you about our touchless automotive service. If you're experiencing the constant struggles of having the kids home from school or just want more of that family time where you can listen to them teach you about what they do every day, we provide touchless automotive service, return the vehicle to you clean and ready to go in the comfort of your own home. Check us out online at CompleteAB.com for more information. If it's not perfect, it's not complete. Others can't compete with Complete Auto Body.
Dad, and service.
Oh yeah, and service.
You fixed the car.
Nobody wants to miss the important things in life, and if it's because of bad vision, you don't have to. Mark here for my friends at Brenton Vision. They can help you out. That's why I want you to take 2 minutes today to call my friends at Brenton at 314-375-2020 or go online to BrentonVision.com. Your eyes are as unique as your fingerprint. Since Brenton Vision is the only place in Missouri offering all 7 forms of modern vision correction, they can create a customized treatment plan just for your vision. They helped my wife out. She chose the lens replacement therapy and now sees better than ever, and she loves it. You can have that same experience with Brenton Vision. They accept flex plans and medical spending plans as well at Brenton. So don't let that money expire or go to waste. See your best. Do what we did. Call Brenton Vision at 314-375-2020 or schedule online right now at BrentonVision.com.
Hi, this is Andy Berg, board-certified master arborist with Hanson's Tree Service. Leaving your ash trees unprotected from the emerald ash borer may lead to an unforeseen rapid decline in their health. Go to hansonstree.com to find out how we can service your trees today.
You're listening to the Annie Frey Show live from the Air Comfort Service Heating and Cooling Studio. Get your HVAC system ready for warmer weather with a cooling system check included with all maintenance plans from Air Comfort Service. Maintenance plans start at $15 per month. For details and to get in your comfort zone, visit aircomfortservice.com.
Back in the car and back on the road. We're with you. Dependable traffic with Sue Thomas. Driven by Ambassador Midwest Floor Company. The best way to deal with in-home traffic. Experience more at Ambassador Midwest Floor. This is the Annie Frey Show. Interact with Annie on Facebook. The Annie Frey Show.
Hand me down
Have you ever listened or read the lyrics to the song?
I can confidently tell you that I have never sat down and read the lyrics to this song.
I have.
Okay.
I mean, I was
What
sitting.
is this song?
Rubber Band Man?
I know it, but I would have known what it's called.
Man. The whole song is about a man who plays a mean rubber band
Sweet.
with his hand, but it's connected to his toes.
Okay.
I thought, man, this is the coolest song I've ever heard. And then I read it, I'm like, ew.
That makes it less cool.
I don't want to know that. I don't want to be thinking about his toes.
I don't know if I'm
lyrics.
going to pull that song again.
No, it's great. You got to play it anytime. If you're feeling the mood, this is a good bop.
Rubber Band Man. I'm reading the lyrics to Cracker Man by STP, Stone Temple Pilots. It also starts with lines about your feet. Kick in as I'm trying to sleep. I got the mud beneath my shoes. Rubber band, gun in hand, I want to use.
Did he make the song better or worse? It's hard to
Better.
tell.
You know it's better.
Anyway. All right. So we've got a YouTube poll up today and a very interesting one considering today on Capitol Hill, actual congressional hearings on UFOs or UAPs. Is that what you said they're called? Unidentified aerial phenomena.
Yep.
With a P, not a F.
I think phenomena makes it so that they're not that takes away the object part.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So like
could be something from a different dimension. You
like
don't
an
know.
orb.
Yeah. Who knows?
Or a flying
Just
saucer
could be
from
light.
Dr. Brown in Pearl Harbor or something.
Yeah, we don't know.
some light refracting off some swamp
Did
gas.
you pay attention? Yeah, exactly. Did you pay attention to Wiggins America today,
I-
Hannah?
Yes, I did.
What did you gather? Just give us the Cliff's Notes from Wiggins America.
Somebody with the last name Brown, something about a frisbee.
Man.
That's what I got.
That was a failure then.
Oh man.
That was a failure.
Some might call it a success.
No. I've got it right here. We
You
got a
were
couple
really
minutes.
passionate about it.
I was and still am. I think I
was
solved the
like
mystery.
Brad-
laughing at my desk. We had so many good comments coming in.
Yeah.
It was great.
Brad, you provide the Cliff's Notes. You were in here and saw it
And he's a
in
scientist.
real life.
So Doc Brown invented these three foot diameter frisbees
Yeah.
that were metal that he could throw at hundreds of thousands of miles an hour, but they were
1.21
propelled by gravity.
Gigawatts.
1.21.
You're getting closer.
Yeah.
You're getting closer. We solved the flying saucer theory.
The
is
only
what we
thing,
did.
but,
Wow.
Yeah.
but
We.
Get a mouse in your
what
pocket.
theory? All you explained was that there was somebody from Earth who made something fly.
Yeah, that's my point. Is that it wasn't from outer space.
What
it was
wasn't?
from Earth.
The one that he made fly? Well, obviously.
Yeah, the flying saucers. He was able to show this is how you duplicate this from the 1920s to 1950s.
So are you implying that every UAP has been some sort of secret military project that people have seen, and it's all goes back to the research done by this man?
I would be implying that, yes.
Okay.
I was taking notes about it, and then and then it
she
just
gave
like,
up toward the pieces.
Okay.
She's like, and then I started writing my name with Mr. Wonderful's last name.
Yes, I did that
With hearts.
instead.
Hearts around it and bears.
It's a bunch of crap.
You too, Paul. And did you say in bears?
Yeah, hearts and bears. That's what I always wrote on my notebooks. Ryan and whoever.
Were
cute
they
girl,
Liz Frank?
Hearts and bears. Yeah, Liz Frank.
Is that what her name was?
I had unicorns on the
Frank.
front of my
Lisa Frank.
my trapper keeper.
I think I still have a trapper keeper.
Good for you.
Okay.
Wow. Okay, the question today was, do you believe life exists outside of planet Earth? Yes or no? 76% of the people voted yes.
Really?
24% of the people voted no.
Ryan, do you?
I do. I just don't think that we've found it.
But you think it exists?
I do.
Obviously, we haven't found it.
Well, I mean, we're talking about UAPs. There's gonna have a congressional hearing about it right now, so we could
Frisbee
have
was
found it
not
already.
the same as the life.
Isn't the overarching thought that that's just like China and Russia?
I don't know what the overarching thought is. I think that's why the poll matters, because we don't know what people think
Hannah,
about
do
this.
you think there's...
No.
Man,
Not at
we're
all.
the converse in this room.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan, you're the only one who thinks that life exists outside of Earth.
Yeah, well, I think the universe is just
In
too
this room,
vast.
not in general.
It's too vast for nothing else to exist. But I don't know that means they're visiting Earth either. So I think there's a line that I draw.
Nobody said that.
That's what we're talking about. UAPs.
You're like
we're talking about
Twitter trolls.
UFOs.
You come in and I say something and you're like, but blue's the worst color.
I no, if I didn't say that, if I didn't say, well, I don't think that we met them, you'd be like, oh, so you believe there are Martians walking around among us?
Would
You know that's what you would
absolutely
do.
not.
You absolutely would do
Hannah,
You'd
Comments.
say there were two little Martians walking around. They
Come here,
they knocked out a janitor and they took his outfit and they were posing as a custodian.
You said that.
No, I didn't.
Thank you, Brad.
Okay, enough. Betsy Miller from YouTube says,
verbatim quote.
hello, unless heaven is included, she doesn't think there's life outside of Earth.
I like that.
And then Richard Hart from Facebook says, I think it's far-fetched to think that we're a tiny speck in the universe and we just happen to be the only rock floating around that supports life.
Supports life and has life is different.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if you sent an astronaut to a different planet, that planet wouldn't support life, but there would be an astronaut living on it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. James from
Show's just 2 minutes too long.
James from YouTube commented, if God truly created humans, which I believe, then we cannot be a one and done. Surely he felt that the need to do it again.
Yeah, if you read C.S.
Why this
Lewis's
experiment is
Space
going
Theory.
so well. Let's do it again.
And then I favorited some of the comments that came up during Wiggins America or Space Center, or whatever that was called today. Todd said he was abducted by aliens who forced him to drink White Claw, and
Okay.
G-Wibs commented a ton, but my favorite was
Thanks,
his
G-Wibs.
antennae are showing.
What did you say? What?
Your antenna showing.
Oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Patrick
I didn't
said
see-
the
I can't see
aliens
him here. Where are your
perpetrated
antenna,
his
Ryan?
candy obsession.
What about candy obsession?
The aliens perpetrated his candy obsession.
That's why
Yeah.
he wants the long hair. Hide the
Yeah,
antenna.
in my planet, we exist mostly on sugar. And that's why we have to do this.
Earth?
Yes.
This was a good summary of the show.
Oh,
The
boy.
one thing we proved was that Wiggins doesn't want to talk about his alien abduction.
He's not supposed to, but we want him
Ah,
to.
you stupid. That's
What?
that,
Whoa!
that
Wait.
question. That's that. When did you stop beating your wife question? Why won't you talk about your alien
I hate
abduction?
to say this, but you're the one who keeps bringing that part up.
But it's an unanswerable question. I can't deny it. You guys are just gonna be like, well, you just won't talk about it.
Would you rather admit you beat your wife or that you were abducted by aliens?
That's a great question, Brad. That'll be answered tomorrow at 12:45.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
Somebody
you're so easy.
Get me a beer.
Oh, yeah. Okay. You'll be fine.
Okay.
Oh, the VT event tonight with
tonight.
Rachel Campus Duffy. So excited to go there, bring in most of the crew. Ryan turned us down. But we'll be back tomorrow. The Mark Reardon Show coming up next.
I'm not